Steel Toe Morning Show.
Hello, boys and girls. Good evening and welcome.
Welcome to the disappointment.
To the Steel Toe Evening Show. I was just going to say, another show this week with two white guys from the Midwest.
Do you know how you ended today's show, this morning's show?
How's that?
By telling everybody tonight, April will be here making her debut for the week.
Yeah.
And said you got this tubby, bald-headed piece of shit.
Look, sorry about that. Matt's here. You never want that. You never want, hey, everyone, sorry, Matt's here. You never want that to be the intro that you get when you do a show. You're like, hey, everybody.
Oh, I feel so good about that intro.
Sorry about
Matt's
this.
here.
Here's all it took for
Hi.
you to be here tonight.
Hi.
April was like, the weather's going to change soon. When am I going to get a chance to go hunting?
Now, just
And
go hunting,
"Oh,"
woman.
I go, fucking A, I'll text Matt and we'll see it. And then you said, yeah, I can do it. And I went, all right, now go hunting. We're good.
Fuck.
Now, if we were looking at a full goal and I needed tits and blonde hair to encourage people to donate to this program.
Well, I don't got the blonde hair, but none of them ain't even A-cups, actually.
Exactly. So I said, you know what? They get what they pay for. It's the morning show audience that covered for you fuckers. So the morning show audience gets April tomorrow. The evening people, there you go. Kraken Slappin' says, thank you, Eggs, for the banning of Charlie. Yeah, did you hear the
I
shit?
did, yes.
Yeah, the shit I put myself in this morning. You talk about making a Faustian bargain and deal with the devil.
What if you accidentally answer his call because
Right?
he pulls one over
That's
on
why I'm going to throw this fucking thing into the couch every show.
No, I'm going to be, see, I'm trying to play the middle ground here. Like, everyone needs to understand. The dude could fucking doof you, right?
Right. Hey, hold on. Because I'm so great at producing and doing my job, Ryobi, go ahead and call back in a couple of minutes
Hey,
here.
why does your phone only come through on one channel?
That's if I hook up the phone as the person's calling.
Oh, okay.
Then it
Well,
hooks up in-
Don't do that.
Then it hooks up in one
because
channel.
it messes with my OCD and
I get it.
autism.
You listen through
all
headphones
at the same
then.
time. Or no, in my living room too.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I got a nice sound system, so I know.
Oh,
stuff
you
like
have
that.
a stereo system, so then it comes in one.
I don't
at
have a
time.
sound bar and a TV like you rest of you rubes.
I get it. Well, look, Ryobi, feel free to call in again. I dicked up this morning, and I made our show a metric shit ton of money.
Yes.
And we're cleared for tonight. So anything
Yes.
you guys throw in tonight, listen, here's the deal. The morning show audience carried you. If you want to carry the morning show audience,
Help them out a little, yeah.
feel free, help them out.
You don't got to carry the whole show, but return part of the favor.
They returned $250 for you guys, returned $250 for them. We'll start at $90 tomorrow.
There we go.
That works for me. And then you got Wednesday evening and Thursday morning, and that's it. Because as we all know, because of Rumble Link Friday, no goals on Friday anymore. It's great.
Yeah.
So I encouraged people. I said, look, and I will tell you, I did not think this would work. I answered the phone for Charlie.
Yes.
And Charlie gave a lovely compliment to me and said, you're a great host. You know, nothing I didn't know.
Yes.
But he said,
Not feeding her ego at all.
He said, you're a great host.
Uh-huh.
He said, you keep my attention very well. There's thousands of people out there who do a show, but nobody keeps my attention. And then he asked if Johnny had a disease, which was a dick move.
Then it turned into Johnny being gay.
Yeah, then it turned into Johnny being gay and he's going to die.
He really does have a disease. Oh, well, he's gay?
Yeah.
Really? That's
just keep piling on. So I said, all right, guys, look, if you don't want Charlie on this show ever again, if we get within $90 of the goal by the top of the hour, I will take everyone who's donated and pledge to them that if I ever take another Charlie goal, I owe them twice what they donated. Yags gave $200.
I laughed so hard
Joff
at
gave
that
$250.
Oh, my God.
Another guy gave 40. A couple other people gave 20 and 25. Like, we counted it up. I owe a grand total of over $1,000 if I ever take a call from Charlie again. I owe my audience.
This has to be an on-purpose thing.
$1,000.
This can't be he pranks you and gets away with it and you're on the hook. That's not fair.
No, I think it has to be I answer the phone. Now, if he says it's Charlie...
If he says
and I deny the phone call, then I didn't take the call from Charlie.
No.
Right.
What if it's a different voice? What if it's something else? And then he answers and you go, oh, that's fucking Charlie. Click.
If I'm Yags and I'm Joff, I am working this angle tonight. I'm trying to get a hold of Charlie, and I'm like, look, call in, spoof your number,
that's the
do
fucked
this.
up part.
And then he can go, yeah, it's Bob from Tennessee. I saw you at the Ricada show, and I thought you were really funny. I'm a new fan. I'm like, oh, I love getting my dick sucked by new fans. Let's go ahead and listen. And it was, got you, cunt. It's Charlie. I'd be like, oh, no. And I'd just be like, well, write the check.
Damn. Fuck, I should have finally donated.
And it'll
this
be
morning.
one of those times where, like, because, like, the steel toe coffers, we go all out for, like, the anniversary show and stuff. So, like, the fall for us is our leanest time of the year. And then you get, like, the late fall into the winter and the war chest, starts to pile up. Like, what'll happen is, like, come February, March, when we're like, war chest is replenished again. We got a little bit of a cushion in case we start missing goals, shit like that.
Yep.
That's when I'll take the call from Charlie, and I'll be like, oh, fuck, there goes the war chest. There goes our cushion. Back to, to week by week.
You think Charlie's going to hang on till then?
Yeah, I guess if Charlie dies, that solves all of my problems. Doesn't it? Solves all of my problems if Charlie dies. Guys, get ready for some good old-fashioned drama tonight. Our buddy Geno, our mutual friend Geno Bisconti, got in a fight with Derek from the Backyard Boys. I don't know if you're familiar with Derek, the quad father. From the they do a podcast. I've been on it before. I like Derek.
The guy that walked off the show said it's boring.
That's Michael Gavinelli. He's a special kind of special.
So there's multiple. All right.
Yeah.
All right, there's more. All right.
I'll fill you in on that story in a little while. I know Lemmy likes those guys. Granny likes those guys. I've been on their show once. I kind of have this policy now where I just don't do other shows anymore. It's nothing personal. It's just a lot of those not little shows, but a lot of those different shows, they get in these little universes of drama and I don't have. I look, man. I went through that phase, and I found out something. All of that shit's retarded, and it takes up way too much of your time, and it gives you nothing in return. Like they're
all fucked up and their shit's retarded.
Our audience is the same size as when we started doing that. Our subscribers are still climbing at about the same rate they were when we were doing that. I have a lot more free time, and we're struggling monetarily just as much as we were when we were doing that. It's perfect. Yeah. Balls Deep, thank you for putting the Backyard Boys link in the chat. Yeah, go subscribe to those guys and watch their show and everything else. Well, you know what? Let me take Ryobi's call, and then we'll get into this drama. Ryobi, how are you, sir?
Ryobi's not there, dude.
Oh, yeah, I'm good. Thanks for having me on for 30 minutes on hold.
I'm really sorry for keeping you on hold.
Well, it's not your show. It's his show, and I'm the co-host tonight. So we're doing a show.
What do you want me to do? You want me to leave? You want me to? Yeah. No,
I want you to talk. You're on the phone now.
Just say it's
caller, go.
Just say it's boring and then walk off.
Yeah, I'll just say it's boring. Now, a couple things. I think all these people put their money out there ahead of time, because April was going to be here. I don't think they would have treated you so well.
But that's not why they did.
Knowing that you were just going to bring out. Just knew you. I mean, what? You go. Oh, I'm going to bring out a pretty girl, and you show up with some fucking guy with a bad haircut, and you bring out him too.
I did this haircut myself.
I think that's what he's
talking
trying
about
to.
Aaron.
Oh, he's talking about me. Dude, you know what I have to do? I have to stop.
Yeah.
As I look at the camera more and more each day,
I know you got this stuff.
I have
going
to
here.
stop telling the lie that it's the same as it was in high school, because it's not. It's
totally
getting
the
bad.
same. I've had the spider on my head for years.
Yeah, the
Sure.
spider's getting more pronounced. That's for sure.
Spider's gonna.
You know what
start.
I'm going to say?
Something
It's all
else.
the.
I can't
it's-
remember.
You know what I'm going to
Fuck.
say? It's all the testosterone from boxing, and it's just causing my hair to move backwards.
Yes,
That's all it is.
yes, that's
No,
what
it's
it
all
is.
the fucking brain damage from boxing. You believe your own bullshit now.
My brain's trying to break through my skull, and it's crushing my hair. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Ryobi. What did you want to say other than I'm a lying piece of shit who defrauded this audience tonight?
So you've started another fight, have you? I mean,
Me?
you've got some sort of. Well, yeah. Well, let me guess. I'm not getting involved. That old bullshit. But we've got this. Yeah.
You mean
Hold
this?
it this time.
Yeah, that.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm not even watching while I'm on the phone with you, and I still know the bullshit you're doing. Hold the sign, wave it. It's probably the same one. I bet if you turn it around, it has your PO box or some shit like that.
No,
No, it says get involved.
Yeah, it's a sign that says "Get involved" on the back. It's like red light, green light. All right, go
What
ahead.
about yellow?
Go ahead, you curmudgeon. What's next?
So you are not getting involved with Eric the dork, and now you're starting fights with the backyard boys.
And now
What
what?
the hell's going on with the backyard boys?
No, they
They're
were
starting a fight with Geno. And
They
you're-
were fighting with Geno, and I was just going to go over it because I found it fascinating.
You're not getting involved in that either.
No, I'm totally getting involved.
I see.
Yeah,
Okay.
thank you.
Well, at least you back up your friends. Good job. Okay. I will
He's
just,
doing this one
hold
now.
on and wait.
Right, see, red light, green light.
Yes,
I'm
get
getting
involved.
Green light. All right.
All
Well,
right.
then I will
How
drink some more
ironic.
beer and listen along.
The
All right,
green
thank
light
you,
is
buddy.
The green light is kind of reddish looking.
There's our buddy Ryobi. Yeah, don't try to stump me by going like, oh, yeah, Aaron's a hypocrite. I will 1,000% tell you right up front when I'm being a hypocrite.
Yeah.
I will tell you right away. Oh, by the way, thank you. I don't know why Victor got a wild hair up his ass today and decided Aaron would absolutely love if I threw this drop in with the one he asked me to send. But he sent it to me today, and it was perfect. I just love having it.
Love that chicken from Popeyes.
There are so many opportunities to use that, and all of them would get you fired from a lot of different places. But
How many World Star videos can you use that?
Love that chicken from Popeyes.
Hey, did you hear what Ayanna Presley said today?
Love that chicken from Popeyes.
Hey, Ilhan Omar in the news today.
Love that chicken from Popeyes.
Hey, let's hear what Neil deGrasse Tyson said about gravity.
Love that chicken from Popeyes.
Sorry. Will Smith and Jada Pinkett today.
Love that chicken from Popeyes.
All kinds of opportunities is what I'm trying to say.
So many.
Sacre bleu, no!
Balls and Wiener says $100 says Matt won't drop a hard R. I know. Shut the fuck up. First of all, he doesn't need a $100 bet. He just needs a certain type of news story, so don't.
Love that chicken from Popeyes.
Don't be so tempting, sir. I would love to put us $100 into tomorrow's goal.
I don't like that Mad Joe called me out. He says, "What's a curmudgeon?" I know. I fucked that up. So the Bad Luck Boys are safe and not getting involved, says Dead Jester. No,
Yeah.
this is the Backyard Boys, not the Bad Luck Boys. That's a different one. That's totally different. Okay, so people are telling me Eric July is live right now. Well, that's great. And if I were getting involved, we'd be over there checking it out. But seeing as I'm not getting involved, oh, and by the way,
What?
totally not having Riley from the Dick Show, from Dick Masterson's show.
Uh-huh.
Totally not having him on tomorrow evening on the show.
Oh, so that means you're not getting involved?
He will be.
He will be. Okay.
Yeah. And I'm
He'll-
just being a good host.
He will be. You'll be
Right.
You'll be giving a platform for him to be getting involved.
I'll
not
be
you.
saying, I thought you were coming on to discuss the destabilized dollar in this time of great inflation. And then you spring this Eric July shit on me.
Gotcha.
You son of a bitch. Thank you to Gray Duckling with
Damn.
it says with $50 says Matt, I love to see you on here. Thank God no more Charlie. And who has the bigger tits, Matt or Aaron? You know what I say when you're staring down the barrel of a loaded gun? What's the difference? What's the difference? 290 away from tomorrow. Thank you, boys and girls. Anything you chip in tonight is going towards tomorrow because we have already knocked everything out for tonight. Thank you to Denise for renewing their membership. Appreciate that. A loose asshole with 16 months of a steel toe bro. Eccentric sea wizard with 17 months of a membership. You know what's great is to see those people renew their memberships, and you look at them and you go, you know, whether work's changed or when the kids go to school, their schedule changes, and you don't see them as much in the chat as you used to, but you see them still here. That feels good.
Yeah.
That's always nice. Green April is back tonight. Green April says, Doctor, I'm here. I think that's Chad. What? Oh, Dr. Climate Abortion says, just tuned in. Where's April and who's this Jagoff? Oh, no, they called you Chad.
I'm not. Chad who? Chad.
It's great. You know what? Perfect. Perfect. You're right. You're right.
Better not be the Chad with a Z guy.
Yeah, the Chad with a Z guy. Which, by the way, Stevie...
Don't fucking... Oh, God.
Stevie Lou. Fucking Stevie Lou. Stevie Lou tagged me in something on Twitter today where Chad was trying to own us. He tries to play clips and make fun of people. The problem is he'll watch the clip and then he won't say anything. So, like, he plays a clip. So all he does is play a clip of your show on his show and goes, well.
That was entertaining.
That's it. And I look, if you're from the school of Opie and Anthony, you do it Aaron, you do it Royce Lopez, you do it Mersh, you do it Geno, you do what all these people do. You pause what people want to hear every 7 seconds so you can make your...
You are really good at that, by the way.
He sounds like this. And then you do that for 5 minutes, and then you play another 7 seconds of the thing. That's how broadcasting is done.
Yes.
But I guess he just played like 30 seconds of Johnny and I. And it was just like beginning of the show small talk about the weekend. I was telling a cute little anecdote about how our son had kind of a crush on Chrissy Mayer when she was here this weekend. And Chad, literally, the only thing he said during the clip was, women be shopping. That's it.
Really?
That's all it was. He went, women be shopping.
Because they went to the Mall of America?
I was I was screaming at the screen while I was watching this 30-second clip. I go, I'm ready to start shitting on Johnny and I because he wasn't doing it. I'm like, dude, this is a boring clip. I'm just sitting there babbling on about my son and, he had a crush on Chrissy. Isn't that silly and funny? And like, pause it. Call me a gay F word. Say this isn't funny. Like, riveting show. Boring shit, guys. Well, let's talk about my son and Chrissy. All three people who give a shit, you fucking retard. Like, that would have been good content. Yeah. Instead, he just stares at it. Women be shopping.
Wow.
It's hard to watch some guy and go, I want to be in your chair so I can do a better job of shitting on me than you're doing. I want to make this more enjoyable for your audience.
Let me show you how to shit on me.
Let me show you how to shit on myself, you fucking ape. Oh, not that. I didn't mean that. Bo says Chad's hilarious. I mean, in that sense, I suppose, but that is not the kind of hilarious you don't want to be Bo Noble's, like, Chad's hilarious, ironically hilarious. You don't want anyone to call you hilarious that way. That's why I try damn hard to make sure people either find me funny or absolute dog shit. I will never be ironically funny to everyone. If I suck, it's because I'm sucking with a passion. I'm leaning in, I'm giving it everything I got, and people go, fuck, he's obnoxious. Because I'm never going to be funny. I never want to be funny the way Chad's funny. That is a painful way to die. And I will not do it. I'd rather have leukemia than be that kind of funny. I'd rather take a call from Charlie and pay my audience $1,000 than be that kind of funny. Oh, man. April says, who are these imposters? No, there's Blue April and there's Green April. Michael B says, Chad was the third mic on his own show during that clip. Right. If you're going to do a reaction show, you know what the important part is?
To react?
Reacting. I should just play the clip at this point, right?
I love how the audience is shitting on me tonight. It's entertaining.
Are they really? What are they saying?
I look like I'm a mechanic out of my own garage. Not false when I had a garage.
not false when I had a garage.
I no longer have a garage.
Oh, that's
something about me
glad
being
you
a
can
T-ball
laugh.
coach. There's someone was wondering if I'm like old school before their time. Yeah, I was.
You
I wasn't
didn't-
shitting on me.
You don't look.
Oh, I
No
looked like I
offense.
flunked out of police academy because I thought it would be like police academy. That was another comment.
No offense. You don't look good enough to be a T-ball coach. You don't have T-ball coach shit about you.
Oh, all right. I'll go with that. That's fine because I don't like sports.
I want to find. Oh shit! I wanted to find the clip that Stevie Lou sent in. Did he delete it?
I don't know.
What the shit? Did he Oh no, here it is. All right, so here's the Chad clip. So Chad's going to. I didn't even know he still like paid attention to. Like we've moved on from Chad for so long because he was dead. He's dead. He's done. Like you're watching a corpse on your screen.
Yeah, but the thing is, you're not. So therefore, he's still paying attention.
That's a good point.
Because you're not a corpse.
He goes on there and he goes, oh, man, they're on 2 different platforms. Let's see. Okay, they have 3 times my audience, 4 times my audience on YouTube. Let's go over to their Rumble. I bet you they suck there. Oh, 4 times my audience on
but
Rumble,
Rumble,
too.
that's fake, though, remember? Because Rumble can somehow work a Ponzi scheme where they
Yes,
pay.
they are allowed to defraud their advertisers and not
Uh-huh.
get in trouble with the
Yep,
SEC.
Exactly.
You know what I did find out about the live views on Rumble, though? You know, people...
How inflated are they?
Not inflated.
Oh, okay.
You need to watch for half the time as YouTube in order to be a view. So they do. You get 15 on Rumble versus 30 on YouTube. So you can.
What's the time?
Your view counter can tick up a little more, but those people have to be watching.
Yeah.
Like so, that's about the best you can do with Rumble.
Okay. So,
Here we go.
A little shorter time for it to count. Okay.
Here's the clip.
Yeah.
This is Chad Zumach. Now remember, he hates my guts.
Yes.
He has not. We've been able to move on from Chad just fine. Chad has not been able to move on from Steel Toe. He needs this death worse than he needs his own death. I mean, this is big time for him. So he's got his mortal enemy here in front of him, dressed like a fucking Ponce in a Kirk Cousins jersey, like he's 9 years old.
Are you not getting involved? Are
And
you getting involved?
there's a cripple on the
Yes.
other side of him, so there's plenty of material here.
Oh,
and
yeah.
I could not be talking about more boring shit. I'm telling a story about my young child and the crush he had on our guest this weekend, which appeals to 5 people. It's terrible. Let's see what he's
And
got.
a gay
Ready?
cripple, by the way.
A gay cripple
Yes,
who's dying
gay
of
cripple.
MS and AIDS.
Yes.
Let's go.
Right. And he was, we were on our way. They wanted to do the pools and the arcade and all that stuff. And then Louis goes,
Nobody gives a shit, you fucking hack. You see, I'm shitting on myself better
yeah.
than he is. He's sitting there watching the
You
thing.
could literally be screaming that, and
Yeah.
you'd be going, no, good point.
Yeah, good point. Yeah, who does give a shit? I shouldn't be talking. If you showed this back like game footage and I was the quarterback, I'd be like, I shouldn't have made that pass.
Right.
That nobody gave a shit about that pass. It just glunk right into the ground.
he kept calling Chrissy Lila. So I thought he had a crush on Lila at first. But then he would say, no, the taller one.
Oh.
I said, no, that's Chrissy. So he would go,
Oh, your son mixed up who they were. Good one, dipshit. You fucking moron. God, this guy's show sucks. Who would listen to this? Like, honestly, if you're a fan of this show, you should be beaten so something in your wiring clicks again and you start liking better entertainment.
Apparently, Chrissy don't sell tickets.
Chad,
Chrissy wasn't even there.
Chad.
The room was full.
Chad, you see what I'm doing, Chad? I'm not shitting on your show. I'm literally stepping over the corpse of your show to make fun of my show to show you how to properly mock someone when you're playing their clip. All right, 16 seconds in. How many words has Chad said?
0.
0. All right, let's see.
0.
But you know what? Maybe I throw too many things against the wall. He's more of a sniper.
He has typed 4.
Okay, that's true. Maybe he's like a sniper. He waits and he takes one good shot. So let's check it out.
is Chrissy coming with us? And I said, no, buddy, the girls are going to go do some shopping and some things like that. He goes,
Women
"Oh,
be
okay."
shopping.
Well, will Chrissy be there later?
That's his fucking insight on
That was his insight to that. There's 9 seconds left. Maybe he says something else.
Not
Hold
you
on.
dumb. Okay.
And we're going home. She's like, is Chrissy going to be there when we get home? I'm like, dude, we all see what you're doing. I mean, you can just.
That's it. That's the clip. He played 30 seconds of our show talking about something so banal that you should be able to shit on that. That sucked. That wasn't any good. And
Right.
and he said, Matt, go ahead and give the quote. What did he say about it?
Women be shopping.
But that is true. Women do be shopping. And
Them
you know what?
women did go shopping at the fucking Mall of America.
It was that as Stevie Lou sent me that clip and I watched it. I went, I remember why we left this retard in the dust. Like, before everyone else did, by the way. We tap out of all these people early because as a guy who does a real show, it's like, okay, every minute I spend on him, I'm not spending it on something else. So I got to get away. Whereas these other shows, they're like, they have time that they need to fill. I have stories that I need time for. They're like, oh, I got to fill it with something. How about Chad? They're like, oh, how about you've just fucking, how about, if you go to someone, you go, hey, man, we're going to do Chad clips today. I go, why don't you just take the day off? There's no reason to do this. First of all, he's dead. You don't need to keep beating him. Mm-hmm. But I guess some people just can't avoid it. But Stevie sent me that clip, and I was like, I was watching my show going, oh, this clip sucks. And I'm like watching Chad going, shit on it, you fucking monkey. Come on. What's wrong with you? No, not that. No, not that. Helgi, $10 says Matt makes the show. Thank you, Helgi. And if you're just joining us tonight, you guys are into tomorrow morning already.
So fuck you, Alex, by the way.
Very much. Cruz Smitty says, Aaron, you're going to be rattling the offering plate tonight. No, I can't.
Tonight.
It would be wrong if I did that.
You can't rattle it tonight.
It would be wrong if I
For
did
tomorrow
that.
Already?
Let's go ahead. Aaron's so funny, says Red Fox Mad. Steel Toe is the best show on the planet. That's almost 2.
There you go.
Sycophanty. Bo Noble says silence is the ultimate weapon of a sniper. The sniper.
Uh-huh.
Johnny 1.0 says, Chad, show yourself. We all know you're here, bud. He never leaves. Green April, this is Green April, says, if Chad and his tired brother had a podcast, this would be it. I thought his brother was dead. Oh, I see what he's doing. Dr. Chow says, Matt is a legend. Have you talked to Dr. Chow? I thought Dr. Chow wanted to get you on his show.
No, I haven't talked to a Dr.
I thought Dr. Chow wanted to talk to you. Watch
No?
out for Dr. Chow. Giant piece of shit.
Really?
No, he's a good guy.
All right.
He's good. I like Dr. Chow. Oh man, let's I got to keep up here real quick and then we'll get to the Geno Backyard Boys stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Chad likes Matt. Huh.
I don't like Chad. The feeling is not mutual, sir.
Root says, I bet Chad sees us busting Aaron's balls and thinks we're doing it because we don't actually like him. There's a line here, Chad, and Aaron knows how to take a joke. Yeah, April was telling me, was it yesterday? She's like, hey, what's with all the Aristocox people fucking shitting on me and doing this and that and saying that I'm needy for attention or whatever? I'm like, you understand that their whole gimmick is they never say anything nice to anyone at all. Like their whole thing is they're not impressed with any of us. I don't think Roots has ever said a kind word about me, ever, and I understand. It's very, very funny. Aaron Imhole, my inner thoughts, says I laughed at the story of Chad's roadkill brother. Wait a minute, but you called him his roadkill brother. I thought you and I were supposed to have differing thoughts. Aaron Imhole, you got to do a better troll job, buddy. You sound like a fan. You got to be better at the trolling thing. You know what? Call me after the show. We'll talk. I'll give you some pointers on how to hate me, or talk to the Aristocox. They'll teach you how to hate me properly. It's like the people who love me do a better job of hating me, and the people who hate me just embarrass themselves on a regular basis. Yeah, people in the chat saying not impressed. Got to work on that, buddy. I deserve a better class of hater. I always have. But then again, if you swim in the circles I used to swim in, not a very deep pool. Not a very deep pool. All right, let's go into it. You were at the show on Saturday.
I was.
Did you have a good time?
I had a fucking blast.
Can I guess whose set was your favorite?
You're probably going to nail it.
Enjoyed Nick Rekieta, did you?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Was it the Holocaust jokes? No, the 13% joke, wasn't it? You liked the 13%
That's
joke.
a little bit of all of it.
Oh, little column A, little column B. You liked all of Rekieta's set. Oh, by the way, if you're wondering, Nick Rekieta, all of this stuff, when I say Holocaust jokes and 13% jokes, it was all like on the side of the victims of the Holocaust and, all of the...
Love that chicken from Popeyes.
Right, it was all positive things. Nothing negative. Nick Rekieta, known as a very woke, progressive gentleman. And that's all. But
Yes, I've seen his podcast.
you enjoyed the show.
I did a lot. Oh my.
Yeah,
It was amazing.
It was really unfortunate that Chrissy couldn't be there, but man, I was so proud of how everyone stood up or stepped up and just fucking.
I want to say for Nick being his first time on stage, because I have thought about that. Like, God, someday maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe. I just ain't got the balls to do it. I don't know what the fuck I'd do, but wow.
Green
I
April
don't know
says
if
Matt
I could.
Green April says Matt is Nick's writer. Yeah, so Nick gives you hope. You're like, I think those same exact things Nick thinks unironically. I could do that.
I don't know if I could convey it in that way.
I just don't know if I could put. Yeah, if you guys didn't see Nick Rekieta's set, if you were there on Saturday, yeah, you know what the problem was for Matt? Matt doesn't think he could say it quite as sophisticated as Nick did. Because Nick was real subtle.
Yeah. Just a little.
Nick really kind of, you know what he did? He camouflaged his punchlines really well. You could never really tell where he was going. He didn't have to. He just, everything he said was killing because here's where Nick kind of cheated on his set. Rekieta cheated with his set because everything he said, the audience either laughed at or applauded as though it was a rally. So he could kind of get him twice. He could get him coming and going. If it wasn't funny, they were like, yeah, let's vote for this guy. And then if they didn't agree with it, they're like, that's so outlandish, it's funny. Ha, 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 ha. So it was like, it was half Def Comedy Jam, half Nuremberg
He also
rally.
handled cheese very well.
We all handled cheese very well, and I'll tell you why.
Yeah.
The same reason people win fights with heavy bags. He's a giant lump. SH says, I saw like 20 seconds of it today. Of Rekieta's set? Where?
Someone recorded it. Find that asshole.
No, we recorded it. I just didn't know if, and we're going to give it to Rekieta.
Yeah.
I just didn't know if he wanted to play it.
Right.
Well, Roots Calhoun says Aaron's cheat day is every day. We're not even talking about that right now. You're shitting on my weight. How dare you, sir? I did go to the gym today.
Yeah?
Really meant to do arms and legs after the bag work and everything and the boxing stuff.
What'd you do?
I did extra bag work and then hit the sauna and then called it a day.
You didn't get fast food after, did you?
I got well, no, that depends. Now that depends. I got Bo Diddley's. I got a deli sandwich.
It's pretty bready, but okay.
Yeah, I got a deli sandwich.
All
I went
right.
loaf piggy.
I mean,
I got a seafood sub.
it ain't McDonald's. I'm not gonna shit on you for it.
I got Parmesan garlic kettle chips. At
I don't.
2:30 in the afternoon.
I'm not somebody who can shit on someone else's eating habits.
And then and then a few hours later, I had a bag of one of the George Floyd ghetto chip snacks with a get ready for this
Love that chicken from Popeyes.
and then after that, I had one of the Uncrustables that are meant for the children.
Oh,
I love a
now,
good
are they really
Uncrustable.
meant for the children? I mean, you pay for them.
I get it.
You can have them
Yeah.
anytime you fucking want.
I can always get the kids more Uncrustables.
Yes,
I hear
exactly.
you. I hear
Fuck
you.
the kids. Eat the Uncrustables.
So you eat your kids Uncrustables too? then?
Yes.
Yeah, of course. Dude, April made this lovely fucking macaroni salad with fresh chicken and grapes and all this stuff last night.
Wait.
But we
There's
got-
grapes in a macaroni salad.
It's in everything if you want it to
terrible.
be. But then we purposely got a backup plan in case the kids didn't like this well put together homemade meal thing. And we got Uncrustables and Go-Gurt. And guess what they went for?
The Go-Gurt. 'cause
Uncrustables and Go-Gurt.
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
Uncrustables and Go-Gurt for them
Yeah.
last night. I'm actually eating a bag of Rick Ross wrap snacks, says Roots. Yes, I had, here, I think are they in here still? No, thank God, because April wants me to keep the bags because her and Chrissy got them together, and they're like a souvenir.
Oh.
I had the Migos sour cream and ranch chips.
Uh-huh.
They smell like dog food. It's 99-cent bags of chips that poor black people eat in the ghetto, and they smell like. I mean, it really does. It's so demeaning when I
So
when I
literally
smelled-
it is what you just said.
when I smelled the bag.
Love that chicken from Popeyes.
When I smelled the bag, I went, this is what these snack manufacturers think of black people. I'm just like, that smells like Gordy's food. What the hell is that?
Oh, wow.
Oh, my
That's
God.
saying a lot.
So anyway,
Uh-huh.
great day. as Root said, Aaron said, what did he say about my, I forgot. Matt looks like he has a shrine in his room dedicated to Derek Chauvin. Roots is on fire. Oh, yeah, Aaron's cheat day is every day. But I went to the gym.
Yes.
Fair enough. He says, dude, the little baby ones are fire. Yeah, they're called wrap snacks. And you can't get them in, like, respectful, like, suburban,
Yes.
like, Walgreens and shit. You got to go to, like, Pookie's Food Mart, and then you can get all the wrap snacks.
I didn't know this was a thing until I saw the pictures April showed me. I'm like, what is this shit?
April and Chrissy got this thing called Calypso Triple Watermelon Lemonade. And it's got like 75 grams of sugar in it. It's just the most poisonous thing. I so badly want to take a taste, but I'm worried all my teeth will fall out the first sip I take. Calypso. And then, as if you're trying to power through a stereotype so hard that you can break it apart if you heat it hot enough, you go triple watermelon. Brilliant. Bravo. Mad Joe says, I've been buying burgers from Hungry Jack's, then not wanting to eat it, feeding it to the cats, and then feeling bad about it. Sounds like a personal problem. Power through, buddy. Power through. Okay, let's get to this Geno Bisconti in hot water thing. I know Geno's helping Keanu with her stream tonight. I did text him and say, hey, could I have you and Derek on today's show? And maybe you guys could hammer this thing out. But I decided against it because Matt's here. He's not really familiar with the Backyard Boys. So if I had Derek on, who the fuck, he wouldn't know what the fuck to do. So I figured I'd walk Matt through it and we'd watch this. So today on In Hot Water, Geno was talking about this guy from the Backyard Boys podcast who died. He had an alcohol, he had a drinking problem, and I guess
you can die from that.
Scary, right?
Sacre bleu, no!
So I guess he tried to quit drinking. He had seizures and a stroke and like all. Yeah, people get so bad with booze that like they're so poisoned, quitting it can kill them. Same thing with drugs.
Wow.
Like quitting cold turkey can kill you.
Maybe wean yourself off a little then, or what's the strategy there?
Well, when if it gets bad enough, that's why there are professionals that can help you because they need to work with your body chemistry to make sure that taking all this poison out of you doesn't kill you, basically. Oh, God, do I take this or not?
Uh-oh.
No, that's Charlie's number. I know that's Charlie's number. I'm not taking that. I'm cross-referencing this number to make sure that it's not. Hold on a minute.
I'm curious just to hear what is said when they call, though.
I just want to see recent activity. Oh, no, that number's only called me today.
Okay.
No. I can't risk it. I can't risk it.
But you can play the, hey, this is so-and-so. If they don't say anything, you don't take it at all.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, because they have the thing where, like, call incoming call.
You got to do that, and then you got to make the judgment call.
But what if I panic because they say their name is something else, and then I go, nah, I think that's Charlie.
That's fine. Fuck them.
Okay, fair enough.
That's your call. That's on you. You're the one with the $1,000 on the line.
Caller,
that's on you.
Caller, whoever you just were, I'm just letting you know your area code is very close to Charlie's, so you may not ever get answered on this program. Because I can't pay my audience $1,000 from the bet that they made. I mean, I don't want to. Yes, of course.
It would be financially not.
It would be financially imprudent to answer the phone. So anyway, Geno and Derek, the quad father from the Bad Luck Boys, had it out on In Hot Water today.
Okay.
And then I wanted to have Derek on our show, but then he went on Kevin Brennan's show right away and trashed up Geno and that whole thing. And I'm like, well, I don't want to be Kevin's sloppy side. Like, I don't want to be, he's just making the rounds and now I'm one of the stops. Like, I'd do that for Tom Cruise, but not Derek from the Backyard Boys.
Yeah.
So it's really tricky because this argument they hear that we're about to hear from In Hot Water today and that we're about to watch is a very interesting argument because on one hand, Geno is responding to something that came to him.
Okay.
On
like you told him to do, by the way. Wait for the shit to come to you.
Right, I did tell him that.
Yes.
So then he says some very kind of like pretty pointed, nasty shit about Derek's dead friend.
Uh-huh.
So Derek calls it because Derek sent Geno a link to a GoFundMe. And Balls, if you have the link to that GoFundMe, feel free to post it in the chat. I told Derek I would, and I forgot, and I apologize. I'm not answering because I think that's here.
Call from
Buzzy.
See, I don't trust it. I'm not answering. I think that could be Charlie. See, I'm a paranoid fuck now.
I know, but it's funny, but
I can't do it. Here, you know what?
I don't know who the fuck Buzzy is.
Buzzard Bob. Just forget it. But anyway, so Geno, I need to focus.
The real guy,
Look,
and you're just shitting on.
this
your
has been a
audience
very ADHD show. I need to focus now. So I
Okay.
gotta get away from the
Focus.
chat here. Geno starts shitting on the Backyard Boys GoFundMe link for this Bobby's mom to pay for the funeral expenses and stuff like that. I think they've raised like $6,000-$7,000. They're looking for 15. And Geno starts shitting on it and saying, if you're an alcoholic, you got to get better. Or you don't give a shit about your family. We're going to play Geno's thoughts on it. I don't need to, surmise them. Well, then Derek calls in and they start having it out. And they're both making good points.
Okay.
I felt Derek did the thing where you let the other person get you so riled up that you start making it things that the argument isn't about. And you start, that woman thing that women do in arguments where they just try to hurt? Like instead of make a point, they just try to, in your situation, you would know nothing about this. But
Not at all.
sometimes when you're making very good points that hurt to a woman, they just decide to start striking you personally about shit that has nothing to do with the argument, just to kind of try to back you off and not have to admit they're losing ground. So that kind of happened to Derek. But then Geno did kind of lean in. My take on the thing is this. I didn't know how the guy died. I just knew that people who have been supportive of my show, and I've been on their show, and they've been fans of ours, even though they kind of get involved with that MLC shit, I want nothing to do with that world of old men who are like barely hanging on. Even though like they're involved with that, I'm like, you know what? They've always been good to us. We'll put their link out there. We'll put the GoFundMe out there, the whole thing. Geno decided to take that GoFundMe and go, fuck him, drank himself to death, doesn't give a shit about any of his family. I'm like, okay, I would not have gone that route. That's fine. And they decided to have it out. So I got a few timestamps here from Geno's show today. I was listening to this in the gym, Roots. There you go, gym counter. How many times I mentioned the gym today? The first clip is Geno discussing the GoFundMe.
All right.
Now, how do you feel about a GoFundMe for somebody who dies in your family? What are your thoughts on the whole thing?
I don't know. If you can dupe idiots on the internet to give you money, fine. More power to you.
Okay.
I want to figure out how to do it. I could use a few things.
All right.
I got a bill I need paid.
Let's see what Geno has to say. Let's count the counterpoints
All right.
and see whose side we're on here.
It would just be like a refund. I said, I'm not. Yes. Fucking.
By the way, that clip, you've just seen every In Hot Water episode ever. I'm about to make a cogent point. Yes! Fucking hell, shit!
Concrete Larry.
No.
It's Concrete Larry.
Appreciate that. I appreciate that.
I'm going to say this. When Pat Dixon broke my jaw,
Here
and
we
they
go.
wanted to set up a GoFundMe for me, a living person.
Oh, boy.
Oh, thank you so much. I love it.
I run a podcast.
When they wanted to set up a GoFundMe for me, a living person who was an actual victim of felony assault, what did I say? I said, don't you dare.
You said, gimme.
I said, gimme. I said, don't you dare. I even yelled at fucking then fucking loyal friend Bob Levy, fucking saying I don't even want to do this benefit show. In fact, I even I never got the money for the benefit show. I think Kevin Dombrowski is laundering money in the Philippines with it. And as long as it's going to that beautiful daughter of his and much better person wife than me or him combined, I have no problem with that right now. But the bottom line is,
By the way, in this clip, because Geno's a little long-winded, in this clip, Geno's going to defend his own drinking. I want you to count the amount of liquor bottles that are on that table.
I'm watching him like fumble with glasses. Like he goes to pour, doesn't pour, sets it down, grabs another glass, pours a little bit, sets that one down, grabs the other glass, goes to pour, doesn't pour that one, sets. What are you doing?
His drinking makes me anxious.
Drink the drink or just don't. Like, I don't. Ah.
Fucking GoFundMe for a dead fucking alcoholic. No offense, cowboy fucking Bob. I have no time for this shit. None.
Garrett,
Never.
Steve, Garrett, would you like a shot of Jameson?
I'm a living alcoholic.
Shot of J-Mo?
Nah. Steve.
So I
You're
think
drinking
that was the
today.
first.
You're not
rant.
starting till later?
Okay, so he's done now. And so he goes off on a little rant about the guy's dead friend. Then a few minutes later, we get Geno circles back to the GoFundMe.
And and maybe that's why I'm an arrogant prick about it, because I'm fucking spoiled. And the second he said that, I'm like, I'm fucking up my brother lost his mother and father too, and now he's
talking about how rough he had it after his mom died, what a spiral he went into. Okay. But then his brother said, I've never seen you this shitty before, and he said, well, I got to snap out of it then for other people. And that's kind of the problem he had with this GoFundMe.
Worried about me, and I will say it again so I can be a vindictive STANCIL cunt. I will. I'm sorry, Derek Verpayan. I'm sorry that my family loved me enough to make me feel obliged to make them fucking happy and be the best person I could be for them. That said, Derek, come on in. What say you, buddy?
Yeah, Jim Stansel, Geno Biscani. How much money do you guys have fucking saved up in the bank? If you died tomorrow, how would your family fucking bury you?
I have a life insurance policy. I have a life insurance policy. Mute him for a second. Mute him for a second, because I love.
So I will say, Derek did walk right into that. Most of us, when we become adults and we get our first job, one of the first things we do is we get a life insurance policy.
Yeah, at least to cover your fucking funeral expenses.
Right. I don't care if it's a $100,000 policy, $500,000, $1 million, whatever it is, just so your bills are paid, your house is paid for, and whoever you leave behind, they have a house to live in, they pay for your funeral, they have a little something to, maybe pad them for a little bit. Don't make it too much that if your wife hates you, she can have you killed. And then, don't be dumb. Don't get like a $1.5 million life insurance policy. Nobody likes you that much. I would say, do you know anyone who wouldn't?
Especially not a woman.
Yeah. Do you know any woman who wouldn't turn you in for $1.5 million? I think not. Show me this lady. But especially not.
Love that chicken from Popeyes.
So Geno, Derek kind of walks into that one with Geno where he goes, how much money do you have? If you pass away, and it's like, well, I have life insurance. My family would cash that. They'd be home free. Yeah. I don't leave. I don't leave my family burdened.
Right, like a responsible adult.
And one thing alcoholics lack a lot of the time, is responsibility. So my thing here, I'm so conflicted because sometimes people sound like dicks, but they're not wrong. But it's also, you go, wow, that politeness in you kicks in, and you're like, that's not very tactful. Well, like, is Geno wrong?
The truth just hurts.
Right. Is Geno wrong? Like, did this guy not drink himself to death? And by the way, if you quit and that kills you, that's still drinking yourself to death.
Yes.
If you drink yourself to death, do you deserve a shitload of sympathy from strangers? Probably not. You probably don't. But also, I would say this. Once it's done, I don't think we need to keep kicking the dirt on the grave.
You do need to bury the body.
No, you don't need to throw extra dirt. You're right. I mean, you can't leave an open grave also. That's true. But I would say that, like, because I got the GoFundMe link. I got it just like Geno got it, and I retweeted it. I shared it because I was like, well,
thoughts and prayers.
Here's what I thought. These guys, he was their friend. They're trying to get a thing going for your friend. People who see it don't have to give to it, and it doesn't cost me anything. And it's not a cosign or a rejection or an acceptance or anything else. These guys are fans of our show. We've done their show before. They seem like they need help with something. Here you go.
Yeah.
Whereas Geno Geno seems to have a problem with the concept of this guy dug himself a hole. Mm-hmm. Left a burden behind for everyone else, and he doesn't feel like he wants to promote that. And then when the person calls in, and here's where Derek had a problem. Derek went in to confront Geno. Neither of these two came into this to go, how do we back this off a little bit?
Right.
How do we, what do they call it in the police academy? De-escalate. this situation.
Another Police Academy reference
Yeah,
tonight.
Derek came in with a cunty question. Yeah, how much money do you have? Geno was like, oh yeah, fuck you. Watch this life insurance policy. Now you came in combative. He came in over the top. Now he feels he has to go over the top, and this is where we get situations like this.
Derek, but you just struck out. You sat on hold. I have a life insurance policy. Do you know why? Because I would hate for my loved ones to be saddled with my fucking bills. And I pay $175 every 3 months to Prudential.
Geno, stop flexing. That's enough. That's enough, Geno. You're out of line.
$175 flex there.
Yeah, you're out of line a little bit there with the $60 a month for your life insurance. So wow, it doesn't really go up that much when you get into elderly phases of your life. That's not that much more than I pay.
You got that to look forward to.
Motherfucker, that guy pays less for life insurance than I do. I'm
maybe
18 years.
he's insured for less. You didn't get what he's insured for.
You know, I just realized I think I broke my own rule because I think I'm insured for either $750 or $1 million. So April's got a decent reason to have me knocked off, if you will. All right, let's let these guys continue.
Because I'm responsible. But you know what I wouldn't be able to do if I was a chronic fucking selfish alcoholic?
Juggle. Should we go back and I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt. All right.
$175 every 3 months to Prudential because I'm responsible. But you know what I wouldn't be able to do if I was a chronic fucking selfish alcoholic?
Wear headbands like that and feel unashamed. Sorry.
$175 every 3 months to Prudential because I'm responsible. But you know what I wouldn't be able to do if I was a chronic fucking selfish alcoholic?
Have the energy to yell this much at 54 years old to a quadriplegic about his friend's GoFundMe.
Jesus, the guy's quadriplegic?
Yeah. No, not the guy who died.
The guy he's yelling at.
The sweet irony of this, the cripple lived. The drunk is dead. Cripple lived, the drunk is dead. Do you have one?
No.
Okay.
I'm not good at sorry.
I'll let this go.
I'm not good at these. Sorry.
Right.
Sorry, that's not my challenge.
$175 every 3 months to Prudential because I'm responsible. But you know what I wouldn't be able to do if I was a chronic fucking selfish alcoholic?
Be able to fuck a woman who's young enough to be your daughter. Maybe he'd be able to. Not Keanu though. She'd probably have less teeth. But not the lovely and sweet and talented Keanu C. Thompson. That's for sure.
$175 every 3 months to Prudential because I'm responsible. But you know what I wouldn't be able to do if I was a chronic fucking selfish alcoholic?
Yell at a cripple? See, this is why you don't ask open-ended questions on your program. People can pause them and then throw... Like, I'm making guesses. Should we see what the answer was?
Zumach should be watching this.
Yeah, Chad, I'm trying to teach you how to do a fucking show. And I'm shitting on my friend.
I would not fucking say, why am I giving $175 every 3 months for money I'll never see? Oh, yeah, because I'm a selfish dead fuck.
I'd be spending it on liquor.
See, now this is where it got to me a little over the top. He goes, oh, yeah, because I'm a selfish dead fuck. And like, while I was listening to this, my whole point was I was like, I don't disagree with the spirit of what Gianu. I don't disagree with the spirit of what.
What the fuck is Gianu?
Geno and Keanu.
Wow.
I don't disagree with the spirit of what Geno's saying.
Yes.
That being said, it does seem a bit insensitive at the time of the man's death. Like, this, it's kind of like Adam Sandler in The Wedding Singer. This information could have been more useful to me yesterday.
I kind of feel Geno's passion and rage on this one.
Really?
Yeah, this is kind of...
You are filled with irrational hatreds, though.
Is it really irrational?
Not irrational. Over the top.
I have plenty of ration.
Over the top hatred. The rationale behind the hatred is legit. But
I can rationalize it, yes.
You can rationalize it.
Yes.
He's from Sauk Rapids, Minnesota, boys and girls.
Again, Derek, 0 for 1. Don't mention that shit again. He's 0 for 1.
He's 0 for 2.
Oh,
he's
it rationalized?
I didn't.
Oh, what did you do? I fucking worry about my friends and family. Your friend didn't, and he's still dead. Go again, Derek.
I didn't get.
See, you and I differ here on this.
I just want to point out 1, 2, 3, 4 liquor bottles on the desk. But also, I guess 1, 2, 3 living people as well. So there is that.
Get the answer.
dare you?
He asked both of us. Can I answer?
Oh, you go.
I have always said, just throw me in a dumpster, burn me. I don't care. So no, I don't have any money. I'm very.
Brett the Hitman Hart is right.
Back to the Future glasses. What the fuck?
He's futuristic Stancil. He's Jim Stancil from the future.
Oh, okay.
By the way, when Geno comes to town, I think next time him and Keanu should bring their pet monkey, Jim Stancil. I think he'd be a blast.
Yeah,
Hang out. Did you know this man? 5'4".
Really?
Yeah, he doesn't look it. That's because all the necks on all the chairs under him are like pushed down to the bottom. His is all the way up. Yeah.
Very poor. Donate.
Garage. I'm sure your mom.
Yeah, burn me alive. Burn me dead. I don't care.
Sure
I don't want to fucking. What am I, gay? I need a whole Catholic funeral with bagpipes.
All right,
What are
you
fucking
Derek,
gay?
answer
What,
my
are you gonna
question.
Go to church? Throw me in a garbage and get hammered afterwards.
Derek, answer my question. How
Do
much
the
money?
thing that made me die. Get hammered.
Yeah, you can't drink at that guy's funeral. It's kind of rubbing salt in the wound.
Pussy, look, I'm drinking. I'm still alive.
Don't pour shots on his casket. That's reinforcing bad behavior. Let the guy get clean in the afterlife, at least.
Do you think?
You guys are fucking in a fantasy world. Anyway, Bobby.
It's comedy podcasting. It's all a fantasy world. This is what I'm saying.
Yes.
I mean, I like...
None of this is real.
This is all bullshit. This is why you shouldn't bring this stuff. And I would have given Derek this advice, but again, I don't feel it's my place because the guy's already dead, so it's easy to Captain Hindsight the shit out of this. But if you have a guy, and I've done a radio show where, you know, you've got to clear it with a company and bosses and shit like that. I can tell you this, as a guy who's worked closely with all my second mics, if any of them had a drinking problem or a serious problem, I would not allow them on the air to get reinforcement from the audience and affection from the audience, because that'll just keep the alcoholism going. Because you'll have a level of celebrity, notoriety. People will be like, oh, you're great. You'll go to live events. People will buy you shots.
It reinforces what you're doing. It helps with, it fuels that behavior.
Yeah, I wouldn't bring him on podcasts and then bring up the fact that he's too fucked up or he drinks too much. Because then, my alcoholism is a bit. Maybe I don't have to fix it. It's good for the show, blah, blah, blah. Like, addicts are so they're so sensitive to different stimuli that one of the worst things for them is positive reinforcement in a public forum.
Yes.
Even if you think you're
see that.
confronting them and you're shitting on them, they're still seeing people in a chat room and it doesn't take much. I mean, people who have podcasts where 10, 20, 30 people watch, that's still a dedicated group of people, and those people will give you that reinforcement that you want. So I would not, let's say Johnny was going through it and was having, he talks about how before he started working on the show, he had, his mental problems and thoughts of wanting to, tap out and all that stuff. Yep. If he were back in that world, I would say, look, man, we got you covered. The job will be here when you come back. Step out of the public shit, because that's not going to help, and go rest, get better, the whole thing. And anything you need from us off the air, we got you. But I will say this. If you got a guy, I think the internet is the worst place for a guy trying to get clean off of something.
Yeah.
I don't think it's good.
Oh, for sure.
For a sec, and I'm muting you. This is not fucking MLC. This is not fucking Chad Zumach. This is real life where I'm not full of shit. And it reminds me of the Snoopy.
Over me, so I can't even fucking make my points. Yeah,
no, you can make your point when you fucking defend what I said. How much money do you think fucking... Stop! Hang up! Mute him again, and then we're hanging up. You listen to my fucking question, Derek, because I walked you right through it. I said one.
I mean, in fairness, you called into the Geno Bisconti show. You didn't call into, point counterpoint.
Doesn't that take extra effort if you're a quadriplegic, too, to call into a show?
Right. Holy shit.
He went through all that effort. As a quadriplegic, he cannot move, and he called into Geno's show.
That's a good point. Geno should be nicer. Look at this freeze frame. Look at his face.
I like how the other guy muted himself.
Yeah.
If fucking I die, I have a $100,000 life insurance policy that I'll never see. And I fucking have never missed a premium, knock wood on that.
Oh, that makes sense. $60 a month for $100,000 at his age. Okay. Wonder how much mine's going to be if I don't die. Because what are they? I can't remember what the term on mine is. 15 or 30. What are they typically?
Well, I don't know. You don't drink publicly like he does. So you might get a better deal.
Because I know I need to take care of people. Why are you letting him fucking talk? I'm
bottle?
sorry I'm yelling at you. Derek, Answer this question.
He's
How
like-
much money do you
He's sitting
think
there going, these fucking alcoholics, while he's slamming a bottle of Chambord on the desk next to a bottle of Jameson next to shot glasses. And these fucking drunks don't get it. These pieces of shit, these worthless assholes.
But the thing is, he knows he's a drunk that does get it. He's not denying it. He's just saying he gets it.
I think the
That's
lesson,
what it is.
I think the lesson that everyone should take from this, no matter which side of this you fall on,
Geno is amazing.
never send Geno a GoFundMe. That's probably what we should all take from this.
Unless you want entertainment.
Here, I'm checking. Yep, still. Dead friend spent every fucking day on booze that he drank so much he gave him a seizure that he couldn't put any aside, and don't say he had a sickness. Answer that, then go on. Let Derek talk. And I love you, buddy. I love this fight. Go on.
No, the point is he was actually trying to quit drinking. You said he died because he didn't care enough about his family. But the fact is he was trying to quit drinking because he cared about his family. And when you say that, why don't you just not say anything? Why don't you just ignore my text asking
See,
you to
now that is, I am very sensitive to Derek's point on that. Why not just go, fuck this, I'm not promoting that fucking GoFundMe for a drunk who, and I will say this, I don't think it's fair to say, oh, he died because he tried to quit drinking. If you're so far along that quitting drinking kills you, the drinking killed you, in my opinion.
Yeah, there needs to be a certain,
The drinking killed you, you just didn't know it yet, and it took you... Your body was so unhealthy for so long that getting healthy, it went, oh, if we have to be healthy, we're going to die. That's the drinking then killed you. If you get shot by a bullet and it severs an artery and you bleed out, you didn't die from blood loss. You died from getting shot.
Yeah.
You know, it was not the symptom, it was the root cause. So I do take Derek's point there where he says, hey, fuckhead, instead of going on your show and shitting on my dead friend because I sent you his GoFundMe to see if you could help out a little bit, why didn't you just not say anything instead of going and shitting on my buddy?
I have an answer for that.
Okay.
2 words. Geno Bisconti. What the fuck do you expect? It's Geno.
And that's where I will say to Derek that maybe next time we don't send GoFundMes to Geno.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
fucking repost the fucking GoFundMe? Why don't you just keep your fucking mouth shut? Why do you have to rattle on and make us feel bad? Our friend just fucking died. We're not asking.
In fairness, you should feel bad when your friends die. I mean, I would feel bad.
Yeah, it'd be weird if you didn't.
Why won't
feel
you
bad.
let me be happy that my friend died? It's like, because you shouldn't be. I mean, you really... I have dear friends that I'm hanging out with this weekend. Not you.
No. Well played, sir.
You don't like boxing.
No. I mean,
You wouldn't have
someone
fun.
wanted to box me in the chat.
I'll train you.
I can kind of.
So I forgot what I was going to say because I made fun of you. I'll be hanging out with dear friends this weekend. If my friend died, I'd feel terrible. That would really affect me for a long... I mean, then I'd have to, like, take care of my kids, and I'd be like, sorry, buddy, I got to forget about you.
Yeah.
I got shit to do.
Yeah.
But for
bills to pay,
for like 3-4 days...
your life insurance policy to cover.
Yeah. For 3-4 days, I'd be like, I'm very sad that my friend's dead. That would put me in a fucked up spot for a while.
Once every 3-4 years, you have a thought like, oh, yeah, I remember that guy. It was fun that one time.
Nothing Geno Bisconti could say on In Hot Water about my friend would make me feel shittier than the fact that I don't have my friend around anymore. Yeah. And I will say this. If my friend drank himself to death, there would be a large part of me that would be very upset with him. I would hold a grudge for a while that my friend did that to himself. But continuing on, I have very hard, unforgiving takes on suicide. Also, where I would be very upset with a friend of mine if they did that. It would be hard for me to forgive them after their death. That they, especially if you leave family and shit behind.
Kids, yes.
I'd be like, you motherfucker. I don't care how sick you were. I don't care how hurt you were. Don't bring other people into your fucking shit if you can't hang. Try to leave as few of victims as possible.
Yeah.
For sympathy. You said like, oh, well, these guys are asking. Fuck you. We're not asking for sympathy. We're asking for the family to have a little help with the fucking funeral. His mom's a single mom. She's broke. Why do you have to be a fucking asshole about it and just fucking ignore us? Instead of making a point of making everyone feel.
Another kid from a single family, single mother household doing very well. I'm sorry, but the stereotype exists for... I'm joking. I don't want to be Geno. I don't want to be insensitive to the dead. I do a comedy show. I can't afford to take any of this seriously. This is the thing about internet and podcasts and all this shit. All these people, and this is and I love Derek, but this is the problem with Derek and all this. None of us are friends.
Right.
I have friends. You have friends, right?
I have a couple.
Okay. You're an adult. You only
Just
need
a couple.
You only need a couple.
Yes, you only need a couple.
We all have friends. I would feel like I'm insulting my friends if I only saw someone through a computer screen and I called them my friend. That's not on the same level.
No.
We are work accomplices. We are work
Associates?
Associates. Sure.
I don't know. What's the word?
I'll give you a great example. Am I friends with Mersh?
Have you met Mersh?
No.
No.
We're not friends.
No.
I like Mersh. Would I like to hang out with Mersh someday? Yeah. I think he's a really funny guy. I think he'd be a really fun dude to hang out with. Is Mersh one of my friends? No.
Are you
if I had a
friendly
problem,
with Mersh?
Mersh and I get along very well.
Yeah.
We bust each other's balls when we're in each other's chats. We send each other money, so on and so forth, which is kind of stupid because, like, once every few weeks, I'll send him $10. Mm-hmm. And then a couple times, like once a week, he'll send me like $4 to $6. And I'm like, why don't we all just keep our money and just write things to each other? I don't understand why we're doing this. But if I had a problem in my life, would I call Mersh? Absolutely not. I would consider that a grave overstepping of whatever acquaintanceship we have.
Right.
That would be fucking weird if I called him. I think the problem Derek had here was he looked at Geno as kind of a friend figure. And they're not friends.
There's a thing, like, people look at internet people as being their friend. No, it's internet friend is different than real life friend.
I don't even think they should be called friends.
I agree, but they look at that and they see this friendly interaction. They go, "That's my friend."
Yeah.
It's not.
I have
You
shared
have no idea.
I have shared experiences, memories, time, face-to-face with Geno Bisconti. I text him, I talk to him regularly. He's a friend of mine.
Yes.
Geno is my friend. Is Derek my friend? No. Do I like Derek? Yeah, and I like when people start a podcast and they try to get involved and expand it and grow it. I think that's great. But I think Derek sent this to Geno thinking that Geno saw Derek as a friend and like, hey, this guy is my friend, so Geno, would you do something to help out my friend since we're friends? And Geno doesn't play the internet shit either, so he goes, well, this guy's not my friend. And he sent me this GoFundMe. Fuck this GoFundMe. I don't like that this guy drank himself to death, so on and so forth, so I'll shit on it on my show. And Derek feels hurt and betrayed because he saw Geno as a friend. And that's the mistake. That is a rookie mistake you'll make on the internet. The first time an internet guy you feel backstabs you, that's when you have to learn the lesson that, oh, we're not friends.
Yeah.
But these are all just people who do a podcast. That's why, like, that Dabbleverse shit, after a couple months in that, I went, I got to get away from these fucking lunatics. Because these are the kind of people who will go, oh, man, I got a DM, or oh, I got an email from this guy. Oh, if anything ever happens, I can use this shit against him. And you're like, what a sociopathic, psychotic way to live your life, especially when you're in your 50s or 60s. I'm like, okay, I can't be associated with that. I don't take the internet that seriously. I got to get the fuck out of here. So Derek and Geno keep fighting. Are you entertained by this?
Oh,
yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Because there's like 20 people watching right now that actually were friends with the guy, and you're shitting all over us and being a cocksucker. Why do you have to do that part of it? Why don't you just mind your own fucking business and move on with life instead of like, what point are you making now? He's already dead. Why are you like dancing on his grave?
I will say this,
He
dude.
ain't dancing. He's got his feet up.
Yeah, I can't dance with your feet up. What was he, Christopher Walken? So I will say this, Derek. I don't think Geno was affected by this. I don't think there was a great impact. I will say this. If you're going to do a show, never pull the card where we go, you're going to lose fans over this, mister. It ain't a fucking Kohl's or a Target or a Mall of America or anything like that where the customer is always right. And you're going to, I have said, and Matt's been a listener of Steel Toe from day one on the radio. I have always had, even, we get along now, but Joe, even when he was like, "Well, mister, if you keep doing this show like this, I'm going to leave." I go, fucking go. I don't give a shit, because when you leave, me ranting about you leaving will grab me 4 new fans. And now I grew by 3 fans. growth by inches, my friend. So it's God closes a door, he opens a window, that kind of thing. So
jump out of.
when Derek goes, there's like 20 people who aren't going to listen to your show anymore. If you have hurt feelings because of what he said about your friend, don't pull cunty shit like, you're going to lose business, mister. And he doesn't give a shit. Nah. I can promise you.
He was a fan of yours. He would have loved to have had known that, like, you just fucking said something nice about him and moved on with life, like you've done before. For some reason, you decide, I don't know, do you have something against alcoholics? You are one.
Photoshop something.
Oh, see now that. In Derek's defense, he probably thought, well, I'm done with this motherfucker anyway, so I might as well get my shots in. But there is something a little disingenuous about reaching out to the guy with your GoFundMe, and then when he tells his audience what he thinks of your GoFundMe, now all of a sudden you think he's a drunk and he has no audience and he's this and he's that. It's like, okay, now we're hurt and we're lashing out is what that is.
I'm an alcoholic.
Because you drink.
Okay, go back. I stepped over.
Hold on.
Nice about him and moved on with life, like you've done before. For some reason, you decide, I don't know, do you have something against alcoholics? You are one.
Photoshop something.
How am I an alcoholic?
Now, I know Geno Bisconti. I know that but there is a difference between someone who can party and an alcoholic. Geno can party. Geno's not an alcoholic. After Geno parties,
Alcoholics don't accuse you of trying to poison them with water?
he was partying. When Geno wakes up after partying, he needs to die the next day.
Yes.
And we sit around, we watch Sports Center all fucking day, and we go, when do we feel like getting up and doing something? And we're like, I feel like we can get to the deck furniture. All right, that's a start.
Uh-huh.
Because you drink fucking every day and out of control. Ask Aaron Berg. I don't know where's Aaron Berg.
now
Go
that's-
to Aaron Berg. Ask him.
I'll tell you why that's shitty, because now you're doing fan shit. Now you're doing internet fanboy shit, where you're like, you're Aaron Berg. Okay, that's like internet guy shit. You didn't know Aaron. I don't know Aaron. I know this Aaron. Yeah. I don't know the relationship between Aaron and Geno. I would never comment on it. I would never say, oh, Aaron Berg thinks you were drunk. I don't know what Aaron Berg thinks.
Right.
But if I'm trying to be hip, in the know, like insider listener guy, I would pull that card.
You think calling into this show and using Aaron Berg as proof is going to win an argument?
If you trash my friend, I don't give a fuck.
In fairness, your friend's dead. Geno, you can still hurt his feelings. That's not very nice. You can say whatever you want about your friend. It's just, kind of going to go right over the top. But Geno can still be hurt by all this. It's also unnecessary. We don't need to do this to each other.
I don't think Geno has the mental capacity to be hurt by this. It doesn't.
He
faze
He
him.
does seem rather comfortable.
His fucking feet are up. He's kicked back in a chair that you should not be sitting like that in.
And again, every container on this table has booze on it. Geno has booze in his hand.
Why am I an alcoholic?
Tell me how I'm an alcoholic.
I put my feet up, lay back. I got 5 bottles of booze around me, 18 shot glasses. Why am I an alcoholic?
Ball's in your court, asshole. Go ahead. Stump the Swami. How am I an alcoholic?
And this guy still can't come up with why he's an alcoholic.
You know what I'd be doing is this would be the peak of comedy. If I'm Geno, I go, tell me how I'm an alcoholic, and I'd swat all the booze bottles off the table when I did that.
This conversation with your friend.
My friend, I'll trash you.
You can trash me all you want, buddy, but why didn't you have this conversation with him when he was alive?
Oh, wow.
Ladies and gentlemen, the tough lesson that Derek is learning about how the people on the internet are not your friends. Because Geno would not say that to a friend of his.
No.
Geno would have some sympathy and some tact. Geno did not see you as a friend. He saw you as a guy on the an internet acquaintance.
The internet, yes.
Yeah.
I did. If you go back and watch every episode where I said, hey, what the fuck are you doing showing up all wasted, and make fun of him for an hour for being way too fucked up.
Okay, but
that's not what, if you really are concerned, you don't do that.
That's not, as a guy, again, and I know internet people hate it when I do this, but there is a level of professionalism with radio that doesn't exist on podcasts. As a guy who did this for a long time, the last thing you should do, if you have someone you're working with who is an alcoholic or an addict of any type or depressed or anything else, is bring them on the air and publicly admonish them for being an addict.
Yeah.
It's something that if you talk to Howard Stern privately, he wished he would have never done with Artie Lang, because at some point, at some level, he should feel responsible for Artie Lang, because he took him on the biggest radio show of all time and used his heroin addiction as material. And Artie insisted that he didn't mind because Artie liked the attention he was getting from the audience, but it wasn't helping his actual addiction. So
it fueled it. It gave him money for it.
Right. So the kindness you have to do an addict when you work in any kind of public forum is tell them privately they need to step away.
Yeah.
That's the only way people can get help.
Even I realize that.
Yeah, and you're not even an alcoholic yet.
I'm barely a decent person.
So when Derek goes, oh, no, Geno, on our podcast we did together, I told him and I made fun of him for being a drunk. I'm sorry. You don't make fun of alcoholics for being drunks. You tell them, hey, you send them a text during the show. Hey, man, log off. I'll talk to you after the show. Mm-hmm. We'll have a discussion. I'm not going to talk to you about your drinking and stuff like that in front of all these people. Treat your internet show, and let's say there's 50 to 100 people watching, let's say. Treat that internet show as though it's a public lobby and everyone can hear your conversation.
Yeah.
You don't have that conversation with an addict in a public lobby with 50 to 100 people in it. That would humiliate them. And they, you know how they would probably deal with that?
Go get fucked up.
They'd go get fucked up. So don't do that. When you go, oh, on our podcast, we made it a point of comedy. It's like, it's not a good idea. I can tell you this. If when Matt was a regular on the Steel Toe show in the radio days, and if Matt ever became a regular again, I'm only using Matt as an example because he's here, and Matt came in fucked up during the first commercial break, I would say, hey, man, you need to go home. I'll talk to you after the show. Don't do anything. Wait for my call, or I'll come over and we'll talk. Mm-hmm. And then I'll say, oh, Matt's not feeling well today. He tried to soldier through. And, but everyone who listened to Opie and Anthony and Stern feels like, and they start their own podcast, they have this idea that they should be just honest about everything, man. And one thing I learned early on in broadcasting is you don't.
No,
you don't need to be honest about everything. You can lie to your audience about some shit if it's about someone's personal life and things are hanging in the balance.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I constantly gave him shit about being drunk and fucked up.
Okay.
You can go look at the tapes. They exist.
All right, then why didn't he listen to you?
I wish he would have. He waited too long, like a lot of alcoholics do. Why don't you quit drinking?
I don't need to quit drinking.
You're a fucking alcoholic, too.
Let me tell you
I was an alcoholic. I can spot one from a mile away. You are one, whether you try to liquid drink yourself out of a fucking alcoholic stupor every once in a while. Congratulations. That's real.
You know what? I will defend Geno Bisconti on this one. Addicts don't do intermittent fasting to try and cleanse their body of the toxins. Here's what addicts don't do. Wow, I've been drinking a lot this last week. I should do an intermittent fast and clean out my entire system for a week. Addicts don't really consider that.
No.
Nice.
We can
again,
different month, didn't
you should have this conversation with him.
I did.
Okay, well, it didn't work. Okay, and
thanks for the advice. He's dead. It doesn't really fucking matter. Like you said, none of this shit matters. All you had to do was ignore my text. Instead, you're a fucking dick about it.
I'm not a dick.
You fucking said a bunch of shit that pisses all of us off.
Now, watch this.
Your last 40 fans you got left,
See, now
you
this...
just lost probably 5-10 more of them.
Goodbye.
See, now, this is shitty because you liked the guy. You were a fan of his shows.
Yep.
But now he hurt your feelings, so now he's an alcoholic. Now nobody watches him. Nobody likes him, so on and so forth. That's a shitty move. I get it that he hurt your feelings and he was being very aggressive with you and he was being very upset and all that stuff. But I always hate it when people who like you and then you don't give them exactly what they want. They go, oh, well, you're just an alcoholic and you have no audience and nobody watches you. It's like, okay, well, now it seems like you're being dishonest. Like either you were lying then or you're lying now. Which one is it? Did you only like this Geno guy because you thought he had a bigger show than you so he could give you some exposure and kind of push you forward? But what you really think is what you're saying now, that he's a drunk and he has no fans and fuck him? Or did you really like this guy and now that he's shitting on your buddy, you're just trying to wound him? Like we said, that woman, the woman thing, when you're making a good argument, they just go, oh, yeah, well, because your fucking dad's a piece of shit, you're a piece of shit. It's like, whoa. I mean, first part true, but still time for me.
Now, here's my point.
When you watch your fucking live stream and you got 40 people watching, now you'll have 30.
Okay, goodbye. Now I'm going to say this, Derek. Okay.
See, now it didn't seem to faze him very much.
No, not at all.
I like Derek, but that was a bad idea to call and get mad and get upset.
Maybe Derek could take Geno's advice and be like, oh, fuck, yeah. Maybe I did that wrong. Maybe we should make this known. This is how you don't treat your alcoholic or, addicted friends who are doing a podcast with you.
That part does
Let's
suck.
handle this a different way.
Thank you very much to Helgi with $5. Says, I just got off the phone with Nick Ricada. He said, you and April should give me power of attorney. Oh, well, in that case.
Clearly.
I mean.
Fucking great legal advice. Nick, that dude.
Helgi, you're
best
in.
Lawyer ever.
Phage Lives gifting a membership to Strippers Got Me Banned. Thank you very much, buddy. Lemmy says, rest in peace, Bobby. Yeah. Lemmy, please put the link to the GoFundMe in the chat. Absolutely. And it's terrible. As someone who has 3 children, I can't imagine the pain of losing a kid. That would be fucking terrible. And if anyone wants to contribute to Bobby's mother and the family and this and that, my commentary was simply the fight those two were having.
Yeah.
On one hand, could Geno have just dismissed the GoFundMe and just not said anything? Absolutely. But also, on Derek's mistake, are you familiar with Geno Bisconti?
I was going to say, on Derek's mistake.
Right.
2 words.
Exactly. And I'm sorry, but I tell people this on the internet all the time, and some people got to learn the hard way. I go, guys, these people, like Mersh said once, and he nailed it, these people aren't your friends.
No.
Be guarded, be careful. Just because they have a lot more viewers than you and you think you can do something for them, don't give them the house. Don't give them all the trust. Don't give them all the benefit. Geno Bisconti and I started off, you're a Compound Media fan. You were the one who told me, like, Geno's shitting on you hard today. Geno and I started off fucking ragging on each other. He said horrible things about April. I said horrible things about him getting punched by Pat Dixon. And when he was at Content House, Carl from Who Are These Podcasts said, you two would get along great. You should just call in and talk to him. And
initially, I wasn't a big Geno fan either.
Yeah.
Dude is in person. The guy is awesome. Yeah,
I'm sure Lemmy
really is.
Lemmy's a big Backyard Boys fan. Balls Deep, I think, is too.
Yeah.
And they know those guys. And I think they would both say the same thing. Geno's great.
Yeah.
Geno's wonderful. And Derek's great. And Derek's wonderful. But everyone has that moment. And I had it with the crazy fucking Dabbleverse retards. Everyone has that moment where they realize they learn the lessons of the internet and that you have to stop blaming other people.
Yeah.
And you just have to realize, oh, I learned something here. I fucked up. I stepped into some shit. Geno doesn't see me as a friend if I'm Derek. And he used me for fodder on his show.
Yeah.
I need to pull back and not get as involved with these people because they don't see me the way I see them. And that hurts whether it's in high school with a girl or it's on the internet when you start a podcast. It sucks. T. Jefferson says, yeah, Geno has crossed into douchebag territory now. He has wandered into irrational ranting drunk here. He is a funny dude, but what the fuck? Don't want to donate? Cool, don't. But I will say that calling in definitely inflamed it. Like that, let him do his little rant. And first of all, when he was doing his rant, nobody really knows who the fuck he was talking about. So you probably could have skated on that. Geno got that jacket from Matthew Lesko. Actually, Geno got that jacket at the anniversary show from a fan who came up from, was it Chicago? Some guy, he came up from somewhere.
Really?
Yeah, and brought him that jacket. Yeah.
Nice.
D. Gulag says, Geno is coming across a little ghoulish, to be honest. He was definitely leaning the fuck in.
Yeah.
That's for sure. Don't be making fun of people who can drink more than 2 drinks. Talking about me? Talking about me?
Challenge accepted, sir.
P.H. Etter says, name someone who has died from smoking too much weed or overdosed. Lemmy. Oh, wait, no, she's still alive. I'm sorry. See, now, I've met Lemmy and Granny. I've drank with them. I've hung out with them.
Yeah.
I would consider them friends. Those are friends of mine. I've met them. I've seen them in person. I've looked in their eyes.
Yes.
Absolutely. A lot of fans who have come to every fucking comedy show, and we hang out, we spend time together. I would consider them my friends.
Like cheese.
Right. Like cheese. T. Jefferson says, here's the question. Would Geno accept this disrespect of a dead friend of his? I am willing to bet he wouldn't. He would go nuclear just like he did here, just in the opposite direction. Well, that's kind of the point I'm making. He didn't see these Backyard Boys guys as friends.
Right.
He saw them as guys that do shows.
Yeah.
And he saw them as fair game to attack and shit on and whatever. And I get it. Like, that's where I feel sympathy for Derek here, because I've been there before where you think someone's your pal, but you're really just show acquaintances, and then they shit on you. And you're like, wow, fuck you, dude. That's a piece of shit move. But I also said, you know what? No, that's on me, because I let my guard down. If you play victim in that instance, you'll never learn the lesson, which is I got to keep my hands up. I got to protect myself. I opened myself up to be shit on like that. That's on. I'm never doing that again. I'm sorry, you were saying.
No, you flat out said if you had a friend that drank himself to death, like,
I'd be upset.
You'd be upset.
I'd be mad.
Geno probably would too. Judging by his view, his whole take on the situation, he'd probably be a bit pissed off at his dead friend.
Right. Liam Wilson, and by the way, if you're new to the show, welcome, buddy. Thank you. I've never seen you in the chat before. But he says, I'm sure he read most of those books. That's a green screen. He says work acquaintances. Yes, exactly. Work acquaintances.
Mm-hmm.
That's what it is. Hobo Chili Recipe says, Mersh told me he likes Eric July more than you. Well, it's a good thing that I'm not getting involved. Perfect. Oh, man. I'm scrolling through the chat, just finding stuff. Because I wasn't in the chat this entire time.
No,
I want to see what you
went
guys
for a while
think.
there. It was a lot.
Helgi says, Geno put it on blast, which is wrong. You know what? I can respect that. Absolutely. Maybe Derek, the one good point Derek made was you didn't have to fucking blab about it. Like, you could have just said, fuck that. I don't like this guy. I'm not donating. Yeah. So there's definitely that.
But
part.
once he did, again, Geno Bisconti.
Long Dong Max says, Aaron, are you Chrissy took off? Are you Chrissy took off? I am not Chrissy took off. I don't know who she is. This Chrissy took off.
Who's a Chrissy took off?
But I am not her. If you're looking for her because of some bill collector shit.
There's the new screen name. Chrissy took off.
Chrissy took. Can somebody please change their name to Chrissy took off? That'd be good. Chrissy space TOOKOFF. It's got to be one word. Chrissy
hyphenated.
T. Jefferson says he is out. April placeholder hobo. He is a little slow, but that makes Aaron feel cool. Oh, I think he's talking about you.
Okay. Whatever.
Long Dong Max says, Aaron, are you worried Geno is just using you? I mean, I think people who like Geno would go, are you worried Aaron's just using you?
The feeling's mutual.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah,
From both sides.
If we're both using each other, guess what? We're friends.
Yeah.
That's what friendship is. We're using each other. Balls Deep, thank you for, I'm going to pin, can I pin that? Oh, shit.
I don't know. Can you?
I'm going to click the link. Here you go, guys. Bobby from the Bad Luck Boys, the Backyard Boys. Bad Luck Boys is merch.
It's kind of bad luck.
There's the link in the chat if you guys want to contribute to that. Long Dong Max says, Aaron, do you really think Geno just used you? That's the third time you've asked that. Oh, I guess I wasn't in the chat. I couldn't answer him. Sorry, buddy.
Yeah.
Aaron, you're talking shit on Geno now? I'm not talking shit on Derek or Geno. I think they both raised really good points.
I think you were giving your honest take on the situation. Yeah. And
Geno's my friend. I like Derek.
There you go.
I feel terrible that their friend died. Not only that, I wrote to Derek yesterday. I said, I forgot to plug that GoFundMe on the show yesterday. I'm sorry about that. I feel terrible. He's like, no, it's okay. Don't worry about it. He's very cool about it. I feel bad for Derek because I've been where he is.
Yep.
Where someone's not your friend, but you think they are because this internet shit can fuck with you sometimes. Mm-hmm. And I've been in Derek's shoes before.
Yeah.
Put it that way, where you feel hurt. You feel hurt, so you lash out because you thought this guy was your buddy, he was your friend. And he's not, because you guys have never met in real life. He doesn't think about you. He doesn't know about you, whatever. And I'm sure when you think about him, if Derek thinks about Geno, he thinks, host of In Hot Water, good audience, can get me somewhere, this and that. So there's...
Yeah. And you weren't talking shit. Had Geno been sitting in this chair, you would have said the same shit.
If Geno was sitting
here, me, where I'm
right,
at,
yeah.
You would have said the same shit. That's not talking shit. You're giving your honest opinion because you can do that with friends.
Hobo says Geno's great-great-grandmother got long deed by some Lee with a more dashiki.
Love that chicken from Popeyes.
Jesus.
Wow.
Jesus Christ. SH says it is just the physical dependency, the psychological dependency, or the way it affects your life in a negative way. Is it 2/3? I don't know. Don't ask me about addiction.
Why are we getting all
Hobo Chili says, I'm still waiting for Aaron to prove he goes to the gym. His arms look like FDR's polio legs. I got really good cardio. Somebody says, send Geno's liver the link. Very funny. Gray Idol says, it's a good lesson moving forward. Help your friends and family while they are alive. Yeah.
Yeah, actually help them. Don't shit on them on a podcast you do. Yes.
Lemmy says, Geno isn't an alcoholic. He parties. She's quoting me. Oh, man. I know Lemmy, and I just know this is going to be bad. Like, whatever she's going to say after that, it's going to make me look like a piece of shit. How often does he party, though? Binge drinking is still an alcohol problem. I can tell you this. The only time that we drank the last time he was here was when we went to the Vikings game. Here's how I'd classify Geno. When he goes, he goes.
Okay.
But the next day, he's not going.
Gotcha.
So
It kind of seems like Monday through Thursday when I hear the Kumia show, Geno's going.
Yeah. No, look, I love Geno. I think he's great.
I do too.
Does he drink more than the average person? Yeah. Would some people classify it as a problem? I'm sure they would. From what I've seen personally, I don't think so.
I'm not judging.
I don't.
Not one bit, sir.
I lost the chat now. Oh, fuck me in the butt.
Oh, I thought saw someone said, Matt's the voice of reason.
Lemmy says Long Dong is retarded, so he must have wrote a bunch of other shit. Oh, he says, great thing you called Geno an alcoholic. Again, people want me to call him an alcoholic. I've hung out with the guy. I don't think he is. I think the fact that he knows he's got to fucking chill out and juice cleanse or whatever gay shit he does, that's a good sign that, if he does have a problem, he's aware of it. There you go. He
just likes booze. You can like booze and not be an alcoholic.
Oh, man.
Says every alcoholic.
Lemmy says, I'm on the show, dick. LOL. Oh, you're on the Backyard Boys.
Oh.
Now, Lemmy, you have to understand, you know this better than anybody about me. When I'm done with my show, all I'm watching is my Korean Vikings guy and some boxing documentaries. I don't really have time for anything else. Grinch Girl says, best thing I ever did was walk away from the internet. Real life people are what matters. Long Dong Max really feels that I'm a backstabber. Lemmy, I'm going to let you decide if he needs to go or not, because he's writing in all caps and just really spazzing out.
Retarded.
Lemmy, I'm going to give your wrench the authority here. You can decide. Nobody Likes Onion says, would you do a GoFundMe sponsorship for my funeral? If you do it in the next 30 days, I'll pay for it. If Patrick Melton dies in the next 30 days, I'll pay for his funeral. Can't fake your death, though. We'd know. You take deep breaths. Lemmy says, I'm alive as fuck, but only on the outside. Fair enough. Say what you want, April. Aaron is a backstabber. Long Dong Max, that's not the real April. That's Green April. If you were a fan, you'd know that. Green April says Aaron will box anyone in this chat.
I mean, you did say that. You told him right where to go.
Oh, no. Somebody's in the chat going, Eric July, magnificent. Good evening, folks. That's not the real Eric July. He would never call himself that. How dare you? Yasser.
Chrissy took off.
Somebody Chrissy took off? Where?
Right there.
Oh, somebody's Chrissy took off. There we go. Hi, Chrissy took off. I love this name, too. Colonel Gaddafi's special butt plug. Ooh. Inshallah, people. I'm new to the show.
Adventures.
Welcome, Colonel Gaddafi. This actually ended up being a better conversation.
Yeah?
Than it was supposed to be. The audience is actually having a deep discussion about Geno and Derek and the nature of alcoholism. Long Dong Max says, how long before April leaves you? Don't ask me, Long Dong Max. Ask everyone in the chat. And you know what? When the internet talks about Steel Toe, that's something they never bring up. So I'm glad he brought that up, because when the internet hates on Steel Toe, they always talk about the content of the show. They never say April's a whore, or I'm a fat piece of shit, or they're going to get divorced pretty soon. I'm just kidding. They can't shit on the content of the show, so they say we're getting divorced. Thank you, buddy. Lemmy says doctors would classify that as an alcohol problem.
That's in retaliation. 2 above. That's a response to that.
If you have to have even 1 drink a day, you're an alcoholic, myself included, at my 1 to 3 most days. You know, when they do that,
opinion, I guess.
When they do that survey thing about how many days a week do you consume 1 to 3 alcoholic beverages, I'm at like 1 or 2.
Yeah.
And I think if you get to 3, they're like, it's pushing it. It's like, goddamn, you doctors don't know how to have a good time.
No,
Jesus,
fucking boring. No, you know what? You know what?
I have probably 4.
They're hypocrites. That's what it is.
I have like maybe on average 3 beers a week because there's some weeks I just don't drink at all.
Yeah.
And then there's some weeks like we do the comedy show and I just fucking tear it up. And I would say it averages out to about 3 a week. And they go, oh, well, I'm like, well, Jesus Christ, you know how many Diet Mountain Dews I drink? If drinking 3 of these a week makes me an alcoholic, then I am addicted to Diet Mountain Dew. Oh, that's caffeine. They probably would say I am. Did I walk myself into that punch.
That's fine.
P.A. Cheddar says Geno is functioning. I love how this turned into a debate about the fight. And now it's a debate about whether or not Geno's an alcoholic. Oh, man. Lemmy says, yes, we know that you want nothing to do with the community. What community?
I don't know.
I don't know what community. I'm not familiar with what community. Lemmy says, community? I don't ban people. Well, then why do you have a wrench? I don't get that. Like,
what's the
I
point?
don't do any moderating things here. I'm like, well, but you're a moderator. Yule Gibbons says, I do, LOL. Well, then, Yule Gibbons, you get to decide.
Maybe she needs to be unmoderated.
Oh, I like Lemmy. P.H. Cheddar says, I knew a guy started drinking vodka and orange soda as soon as he got up until he passed out. Well, then he did stop. Like, paused at least.
Can't drink all day if you don't start in the morning.
Hey, I mean, right, everybody? I love you guys. You're funny as hell. April, I love you. Where are you? Says Jesse.
Not here. You have my fat, bald head.
She's dead. She drank herself to death. Selfish piece of shit. Left behind 3 great stepkids that love her very much and now won't know
and
what
no
the fuck
insurance
to do.
policy. We're taking donations. Aaron's in the process of making a GoFundMe right now.
I'm actually going to have Matt kill me, and then my life insurance will pay for both. It'll be perfect.
Hold on. Read Lemmy's comment at the bottom there.
We'll get to it. Okay. Green April says the daily goal is to pay for the divorce, PayPal, Streamlabs, and OnlyFans, guys. Hey, wait a minute. What?
I like comments shitting on me, so.
Lemmy says, not an opinion, Matt. Also, your chin hair makes your mouth looks like a sideways vagina. She took time to think of that one, though. That's actually kind of nice.
Whatever. I don't mind being shit on.
She took time to describe exactly what kind of vagina it looks like. She manipulated.
A sideways one.
She manipulated the whole diagram of the vagina. Yeah. So that's actually, that's
one I want nothing to do with. One's got teeth. Fuck that.
When girls say that in middle school, that's a crush.
Oh.
If I may.
Well, if I may. Middle school.
Yule Gibbons says, I took an alcohol class, forced to for a charge. Hey, what's up, Cheese? They say that if you ever blacked out from drinking, you're an alcoholic. Didn't make sense to me, though. Oh, man, that would upset me so much. I'd drink until I passed out. Lemmy says, why do I have a wrench? Because you modded me after people in the audience told you to. You can have it back. Oh, God damn it. Just relax. Why is everyone so sensitive? As I'm yelling.
Fucking use the wrench.
Keep your wrench. You've been around forever.
Keep the wrench, you wench.
Keep the wrench, you fucking hooah. They're at $5,400 for Bobby's funeral expenses. There's the link in the chat. Oh, boy. Well, that was fun.
Yeah.
Everybody had their thoughts. Mad Comic says, I won't speak for Geno, but he doesn't seem to tolerate people that don't value life. He still flies off the handle about Fez. And I will say, like, when he says things like Kevin Brennan's whore wife or he'll be podcasting with Fez soon, I say right to his face, I'm like, why? If you watch the Kumia episode that I did, how much of that was me going to Geno like, do you have to do that?
Yeah.
Do you have to go to that place?
That was like the whole episode.
Yule Gibbons says, Derek and Geno were work acquaintances. Derek and Bobby were friends. He asked if Geno would help him prop up his friend's GoFundMe. Geno's in the wrong for spazzing out about it. I would say that would be, if you were to levy a criticism, I think once they were in the fight, you're in the fight. But I would say the criticism you could levy would be, Geno could have just let it go. You know, he could have just
get that argument.
Left this go. Yule Gibbons says, please don't take Lemmy's wrench. She looks good in blue. Yeah, it looked fucked up if she had a green screen name. Now, wait, would yours be green? It better be fucking green, Lemmy. Sorry. Hobo simply writes, Aaron has a tiny wiener. And I think that's how we spin out of this, is with Aaron has a tiny wiener. All right, guys, that's about it from all that. I thought that would be like a 20, 30-minute thing. That was most of the show.
That was
Going through that thing.
That was a lot.
We filled some time. And what are we at? 285 for tomorrow? Great.
Nice.
Thank you guys very much. Long Dong Max says, I knew a guy who thought he was an important radio host. Well, then he's not talking about me.
No.
I was indeed a radio host. Not new. Hey, you know who proved I was an important one? Me, when I said, I'll fucking leave. And they went, okay. Hey, Max, if I was an important radio host, when I said, I'm going to fucking leave if you guys make me do that, and they would have went, no, stay here, I would have called myself an important radio host. But it was once I said, I'll fucking leave, and they went, okay, cool.
Why did he delete that message?
Oh, Yul Gibbons finally blocked him. He'd had it.
Oh, gotcha.
He'd had it with that guy. I don't get people who think that, like, they're like, oh, man, blocking people is gay. No, it's not. It's fucking great. It's awesome. That's the best thing about the internet is that you can cultivate your community and go, hey, look, man, if you're going to be a turd in the punch bowl, and it's people who value real life and, like, real life experiences definitely believe in blocking because it's like this. I go to parties. If I go to a party and some guy's being a piece of shit to the host or whatever, I'm going to look around and be like, God, are we throwing this motherfucker out or what? We're not keeping this piece of shit here. He doesn't just... And if you kick someone out of a party and they go, oh, what are you, a pussy who can't handle it? It's like, you look like a psychopath right now. Same thing with like a chat.
He's a fucking asshole. He don't need to be here. No one's having a better time with him here. We're going to have a better time without him.
Right.
Fuck him.
Same thing with a chat on a show.
Yeah.
Like, if you're being a cunt and a dick and everyone else is having a good time, no offense, you're the problem. And we'll remove the problem. Easy enough. There's no value. It's like people who get the shit beat out of them and think they proved something.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, no. You just don't suffer fools. If you suffer fool, you become a fool. Helgi says, Aaron and Matt have never won a game of beer pong or flippy cup. Fuck you, that's horse shit. I've run it.
No, I never have.
Oh.
I don't play those shit games.
I've owned a table
If I want
before.
a drink, I drink like a fucking man. I just pour a drink and I have a drink. I don't need a fucking game to do it.
That is the weird thing about, like, Beersby or Tippy Cup or all of that shit, is every time I would play it, I would realize I'm drinking my drink as we're playing the game. So the whole point of drinking, if they do this thing, makes no sense because I'm drinking at the moment. Nicholas first name, Gurr last name, with 199 says, challenge to Matt, say my name.
I don't want to get your show in trouble.
What's his first name?
Nick.
What's his last name?
Gurr.
Perfect. There you go. He said it.
There you go. Clip those two, put them together. Do that. Someone do that.
It's perfect. All right, guys, everybody hit like, everybody hit subscribe. I hope you're enjoying our program. Let's talk about whores. We talked about her last week, the woman, the OnlyFans chick.
Yeah.
Annie Knight, who said that.
I remember hearing about her.
Yeah, she said she slept with 300 men last year.
Oh.
300 men.
That's a lot.
Yeah, that's a lot of dudes.
It's a lot.
It's a lot
of semen.
Oh God, and it's all over.
That's just how it's just always coming out of her.
It's on her. It's like either she's
the vagina is like a self-cleaning oven. It's a self-cleaning organ. It's just constantly like, so it's always coming out. Is that what her life is? It's just semen running down her legs.
Her vagina is like, a city that takes in more industry, and now all of a sudden the wastewater treatment plant is overrun. And they need to expand the wastewater treatment plant in your city because you got a new factory in town.
And they dump it in her
That's her vagina. Her vagina's like, hey, we need to have a city council meeting because we need to go do some bonding funding so we can get a new wastewater treatment plant because we got too much cum to process. It's drying into the walls, and we got to be able to flush that shit out. So Yasser Arafat says 300 men inside her. What is she, Thermopylae? Boom. I liked it. So the woman who slept with 300 guys in a year has an update to her story.
Oh.
She went to the New York Post, who will print anything.
Yes.
And she said to the New York Post, you guys aren't going to believe this, but some of my regular guys who are in my rotation were none too keen about hearing about the fact that I'd run through 300 dicks last year. 300 different dicks. She could have taken more dick. So, like,
She didn't get fucked 300 times by like,
No.
3 guys.
She took 300 different dicks.
Yes.
So, therefore, when these guys read the article, they went, wait a minute. So you're saying that some of the times I fucked you, you had fucked at least one other guy that same day? We need to have a discussion about this regular rotation thing. And also, where's the nearest penicillin shot in my community?
Right, like there's how many times have guys put it in her not knowing there was other guys' jizz still in her?
Some people
literally
started fucking it not knowing what it was. And they'll just go on fucking it forever just because this is the dick that doesn't end. It just goes in and in, my friends.
Oh boy.
Okay, I asked Geno and Derek, and they've both responded now, so we can have Derek on now if we want to. Geno said, "Oh my God, I just saw this. I'm doing Keanu's podcast now, and sorry, he's a fucking idiot." Well, now that both of them have gotten back to me, I'll go ahead and write back to the quad fodder. And 320, what's the note? There's the call-in number at 9 p.m. Central if you'd like. So, we'll have Derek on in about 15 minutes here and talk to him. So the woman with the 300 dicks apparently claims she's been ghosted by one of her regular hookups after he read about her sex life in the media. You mean this darling, this woman of virtue, didn't tell all these guys that she was
empowered woman?
This empowered lady of the night didn't let these guys know that she was fucking multiple. Do you know what a bitch like this would say to a guy if she found out that that guy was sticking his dick in multiple pussies a day? She'd be infuriated. She'd be mad. Why didn't you tell me? But then guys go, "Hey, you fucking whore. Why didn't you tell me how many fucking pulls you've been smoking? I wouldn't have stuck mine into this penicillin trap." What? Why are you slut-shaming me? Because you're a slut and I'm ashamed of you.
300 guys in a year is not slut-shaming. That's fucking...
Looking out for yourself.
That's a whole nother level. You got to watch out for your own... You want to stick your dick in poison?
I mean, not now. Annie Knight, 26, took to Instagram to rail against the unidentified man.
Not rail.
Haven't you done that enough? Saying she was disappointed that he judged her for her amorous antics. No. He's not judging you. What he's saying is, if you want to fuck 300 dudes, fuck 300 dudes. But I'm not going to be one of them.
Right.
This ain't Thermopylae, as one listener said. I ain't part of the 300, motherfucker. I'm one of the Phocians or Athenians who guarded the goat path. I ain't down in the hot gates, you piece of shit. Oh, man. Hobo Chili. Now, Hobo Chili is not a guy who's sensitive at all, but he says he banned Long Dong Max. He says, "Max, I'm sorry, but stop the goddamn whining." Yes, there you go. So this woman says that one of her regular hookups didn't like it that she was fucking 300 guys in a year. Well, look, I'm sure he wouldn't, if he was still fucking you and you had told him about the 300 guys, then I would be on your side and I would go, he has no right to complain. You were very open with him about the fact that you were fucking all these dudes.
It's one thing too, like if you got a hookup situation with someone and it's like, whatever, like whatever happens, you fuck other people, like you're not thinking they're out there fucking 300. You know how much greater the chances are of you catching something because they're fucking 300 other people in a year?
Yeah. And you know, look,
like,
everyone can
seriously.
To me, everyone can have their own rules. And as long as it's mutual,
right,
that's fine. Like, to me, I was never a guy, and call me gay, but I was never a guy who was like, yeah, why don't we both just fuck a shitload of people and we'll hook up every once in a while. I'm not into that. I'm just not. I was like, why don't we? I'm an old school gentleman, I guess. I'm like, why don't we go out, have some fun, have some drinks, develop a rapport, do some fucking, do the relationship thing and whatever. Like, I wasn't like, oh yeah, let's just like. There's something about it that I just considered kind of animalistic.
Yeah.
in a way. Like I felt less than human. If I was like, I'm going to fuck this girl, I'm going to fuck that girl. And you can't tell the other girls you're fucking them. So if you do that, you're a piece of shit. Now, this doesn't count cheating. Cheating is a conscious effort to blow up one bridge because someone won't let you. You go, I'd like to get the fuck out of here. And they go, I'd rather you didn't. I'm insane, and I'd like you to stay here under my thumb. And you go, well, I was just going to cross this bridge to the other side of the river, but your counterpoint has led me to believe that I should go purchase some dynamite. And by dynamite, I mean pussy. And that makes it sound like I purchased pussy. But anyway, you go, I'm not letting you leave. Oh, yeah? I beg to differ.
I get it.
Set.
I can get that argument.
Let my people go. I was freeing Jews. One of my regulars has ghosted me since all these news articles about me. Imagine that. I came out as a whore publicly to get some column inches rather than flesh inches this time. And when all these guys I was fucking heard about it, they go, ew, you whore, get away from me. Yeah, you really are a victim, sweetheart.
Victim of all that fucking.
Yeah, victim of dick. You know what they said to her when she told them, when they read the article?
What?
Sacre bleu, no!
And you know what she said? She goes, you know what 80 of them were?
Love that chicken from Popeyes.
And now you're dead to me. I'm sorry. One of my regulars has ghosted me since seeing all these news articles about me. The Aussie admitted in an Instagram video posted on Monday. I guess he didn't know that I had a rotation and that he was one of my regulars. So, whoopsies. That really is a whore thing to say.
No, but at the same time, like, if he just ghosted, like, this is fucking done, he just tapped out. He didn't blast her. He didn't.
Yeah,
like,
he
go
did. A few times.
But he didn't go shit talk her on the internet, did he? He just, like, stepped out.
He just ghosted her. She's the one who went to the news and told everyone that he ghosted her.
Yeah.
That's what I do when a girl ghosts me. I go right to the news.
Just accept the fact that you like to fuck all kinds of guys. That might not be every guy's thing. It wasn't that guy's thing, clearly.
Isn't that the simple...
Did he wrong her, though? He didn't wrong her.
No, isn't that the simple slut's attitude, though? Like, I get to do whatever I want, and I get to believe that I'm empowered, and any resistance to it must be anti-me. Yeah, it's so self-centered. It's like, no, win some, lose some. You built up a squad at 300.
Yeah.
One of them said, "Are you out of your fucking mind?" No. Then that's. I mean, you kept all your other regulars. Focus on that.
Right. You got one that said no. You're pretty good odds.
Got
there.
299 other ones.
Yeah.
How about if you're one of the guys who
oh my God, how much dick do you need? You went from 300 to 299, and this is the thing you need to run to the fucking media about? You fucking whore.
How about the Yasser Arafat ass says her pussy has goals like the Steel Toe Morning Show. Attaboy.
300 a year.
About 300 a morning show. There you go. So I would say here that, focus on the fact that your pussy must be good enough that all of your other regulars stuck around. Like every time our radio show had a big controversy, if I lost one advertiser over it, I was like, yes, survived that one. I got 6 other places I can go talk to. We got room now. We're all right.
Right.
That was my thing about the last controversy was like, if I come back, I've lost like 3.
Uh-huh.
I'm like, fuck, that's going to be a pain in the ass getting those back, like getting those spots filled.
Yep.
But hey, when I pulled my move, they made sure that I didn't have to worry about that anymore. Yeah, I'm out of here. You sure? Yeah. Although I did get to pull one thing. I went, oh, by the way, I own the trademark to Steel Toe. You guys can't use it anymore. That did piss them off. That helped me.
That would have loved to have been there for that.
They did not like that. Oh. Well, because Gary always got mad when I called him a liar.
Mm-hmm.
But I always called him out when he lied. So it was a weird thing. It's like, well, no, wait a minute. You are lying.
Uh-huh.
I know you're getting mad at me right now, but you're lying about what you said. He told me that they had Steel Toe Morning Show copywritten for years. Told me that for years.
Wait,
so
I'm looking at this thing hanging on your wall.
Yeah. So June 16th, 2020, about 5 months to the day before we fucked it all up, I just went and I tried to trademark it and I looked up at the what is it called? United States Patent and Trademark Office.
Uh-huh.
And I looked it up, and wouldn't you know, Steel Toe Morning Show has never been owned by anyone. I'm the first one to hold that copyright. So he lied. And he didn't like it when I told him he lied. But I'm like, he's like, don't you call me a fucking liar. I'm like, but I'm right. Like, I know you don't want me to call you that, but, if you would stop doing that.
Then you'd stop calling him that.
That's okay. I lied to him when I said there was no money in the Twitch account. I just gave it to you guys. So it's technically true.
I was saying there was no money left, was there?
Not after I paid you guys.
Perfect.
They paid you $8 or $9 an hour. I mean,
oh God, that.
There you go.
That was purely a hobby.
Green April says 300. One of the guys kicks you into the bottomless vagina. Yeah, I just give you the 300 kick. You fall into her pussy and you fall forever. So she says that she was always honest about her sex life, but said she didn't share the dirty details with any partners unless they explicitly asked. Well, then you weren't honest.
That's not.
You weren't honest about your sex life.
One of those omissions of truth is I'm not lying justifications, but at the same time, it's like, when it comes to
I'm not lying. I just
partners,
didn't tell you.
Yeah, I didn't tell you I was fucking 300 other guys. Like, oh my. That's kind of a thing, like, because you can spread stuff.
Right. That's the other thing is like, okay, you don't need to tell them that you're
putting people at risk by those actions, and you are withholding that information.
You don't need to tell people you're a whore because they need to know about your reputation. You need to tell them you're a whore so they can make a judgment call on whether or not their dick's going to start on fire if they stick it in you.
Yeah.
You put it in her pussy, you pull it out like Lightbringer in Game of Thrones. You put in a Valyrian steel sword, you pull out Beric Dondarrion's flaming sword, and it's Game of Thrones.
I mean, you could keep it vague. Like, I'm fucking a bunch of other guys also.
I take a lot of dick. Miles of dick. And there's a shitload of guys out there who would be like, well, as long as I'm one of them.
Right. And they're not going to go like asking how many. You're not going to have to tell how many guys do you think would be like, well, how many dicks?
Right. Triple N says it perfect.
Because in that moment, they're going to go, well, as long as you're going to take mine right now.
Triple N says it perfect. He goes, are you a whore? Isn't a typical question you have to ask. Yeah, it's like they never asked. Well, you think that a lot of guys, when they're spitting game at a chick and they're about to fuck her, go, hey, question, you a total, like, cock slut or what? It's like, well, no, that would kill the mood for a lot of people. Because here's the thing, that's a no-win question. Because if you ask it of someone who isn't, they're going to get pissed and you're not getting fucked.
Right.
If you ask it and they are, you're going to be like, oh, no. Oh, boy. Thank you very much, Balls Deep. He says, Beric was my fave. Ew, this person's fucking gross. Could you imagine being that human being? Ugh, what a oh, God, your life must suck really bad. Liam Wilson says, the Brotherhood without banners. There you go. You got it, Liam. Stick around. You'll get lots of Game of Thrones references out of this show. Some would say I'm even a fucking dork. Those people are weirdos.
Would say that.
I guess he saw the articles and freaked out and was like, I don't want to be with this girl, which kind of sucks, she said. God, what a simple broad. Just to be able to be this person.
The jilted beauty bemoaned.
Oh, I'm sorry. And I don't.
She bemoaning, all right.
She do be
300 guys.
Well, she bemoaned.
Love that chicken from Popeyes.
I hits bottom every time, motherfucker.
No, B-Moan, that's his sister who you're talking about.
Oh, B-Moan, that's his rap name.
Oh, B-Moan.
Totally different guy. It's his name on SoundCloud. SoundCloud.com/B-Moan. He's very good. It's kind of a mix between Migos and Young Jock. I guess
a little bit Master P in there.
How dare you? I guess she did make him say,
Exactly.
Nah. And then when she told him how many guys she slept with, nah. To the woman who be taking all 300 dicks talking shit, she better lay low. For a woman made me shoot some shit up out of my dick. Now I'm sick. She better lay low. I guess he's seen the articles and he freaked out and was like, I don't want to be with this girl. That's not really freaking out. That's just making a really responsible health choice. Jesus.
My dick ain't falling off yet. I'm
Yeah.
not going to go back and try it again.
I am not going to have my dick rot off, especially for a
Look at
woman.
her fucking crooked ass. She looks like Sid the Sloth.
She does. Oh, my God. Hold on a minute.
That's what it was. He realized I'm Sid the Sloth.
I take so many dicks. It's ridiculous. Hold on a minute. Oh my God. John Leguizamo, is that
I
you?
just don't know why this guy doesn't want to be with me. I've only taken 300 dicks other than his.
I've taken so many dicks that he doesn't want to put his penis in my pussy. Piece of shit. He doesn't want to spray cum on my tits anymore. Jesus. God bless dumb broads, huh? I took 300 dicks. I'm pretty. I didn't think there would be consequences. Oh, you sweet summer child. You sweet summer child.
Wow.
Triple N says R.I.P. Nate Dogg. You got it, buddy. You got it. To be oh shit, I fucked up the song. I'm gonna go listen to Laylo now while I prep tomorrow morning's show. To be claiming my hood and really ankle my game. Better lay low. They thinking I'm just talking and I won't do a thing. Better hope so. Sorry. This girl makes me think of black rappers because let's be honest, 300 law of averages. You know, there's going to be some daddy disappointments in there. However, many of Knight's followers decided to share their unsolicited opinions beneath her post. You know what I hate about what the New York Post is doing on this?
Mm-hmm.
They know she's a skank.
Mm-hmm.
They know all these guys are reasonable in getting, but they want to encourage her because they probably got a lot of clicks the first
get
time.
more clicks, yes.
They're going to get a lot of clicks on this one. So like a lot of these people gave unsolicited opinions. You ran your mouth in a giant worldwide publication about what a skank you are. People get to talk about it. That's why I always say, like, okay, just having a small show. I get to say whatever the fuck I want on my show. When my show, if it's not within my show, the rest of you get to say whatever the fuck you want about me. That's why people cry about, like, if they get banned or whatever. They're like,
yeah,
why'd you ban me? I don't like you. It's like, you literally, I have this one place where I do my show. That's it. That's the only place I give my opinions, do my show, whatever, my platforms. You have literally the entire rest of the internet to cry and bitch and piss and moan about what a piece of garbage I am. I'm sorry we don't read it. I know you want me to, but that's what you get to bitch about. Like, no, if I don't get to scream and bitch at you, I'm not happy. Well, then you're going to need to go work on yourself. Don't make me your shot at happiness. Same thing with this woman. Don't make these 300 dicks you're taking your shot at happiness, because guess what? You're going to be disappointed, because when they finally find out how much dick you were taking, they're going to... A few of those 100 are going to peel off and go, nah, my dick ain't falling off this year. Sorry. Nah. Triple N says, what's the over-under on the number of blacks? That's why I like Triple N. He thinks the shit I think. 300, how many? Over, under 50.
Ooh.
That's a good number, right? I picked a good number.
God, that's a hard one to call.
Over, under 50 dicks. Black dicks.
Love that chicken from
Where's she from?
Popeyes.
Australia?
Australia. Oh, so it'd be
Oh,
Aboriginal.
they got the abos.
Yeah. I don't think they call them that, but that's okay.
No, I think they do. I think they're called abos there.
Triple N says,
That might be a racial slur, actually.
Triple N says, well played, sir. I know. I picked I should be a Vegas handicapper with that shit. What do you think? Over, under 50 black dicks out of 300.
Over. Fuck it. She's a whore.
You think over? I understand.
She's clearly out looking for
get it.
Whatever. How does she have a job?
Yeah.
How do you get
she's an she's OnlyFans.
Oh, okay, that makes more sense too.
She's OnlyFans.
Wait, so did any of these other guys look up her OnlyFans and see the other 300 guys she fucked that year?
Let's be honest. It's 300 people. She doesn't have time to tell them all her name. So they ain't looking that up.
They're not questioning why that camera's rolling in the corner.
Chrissy Tookoff says 100. Everybody in the chat is saying over. SH is saying under because it's Australia. They got black people in Australia, though.
Yeah, they got the abos.
Guys, you know that there's black people in Australia. You know how you know there's black people in Australia?
How?
Why did Britain establish it?
somewhere to send them.
No.
Oh.
No, really. Why did Britain start Australia?
For criminals. I get it.
Thank you.
That's where the criminals live.
No!
Sorry. Oh, man. It's Australia, so under 100. All right, but I said 50.
Yeah, he said 50.
50's the over-under.
The number wasn't
Are
100.
Aborigines black, or are they like deep black, almost blue? Are you not allowed to talk like that? Are you not allowed to say words like that? Is that not something you're allowed to say?
I've never fucking heard anything like that.
Yeah. Blue
Deep
blacks.
Black, almost blue.
So like your
Oh my God.
blue bloods, blue blacks.
I think they consider them blackies over there.
Did you say blackies? You're not supposed to say that. I know you're not supposed to say that.
Oh, okay. I don't think you're supposed to say abos either.
Matt Field says, might I remind you that abos are not black. Wait a minute.
Wait,
What?
what? What do you mean abos ain't black? They
Here,
look pretty black to me.
I want to see a picture of an aborigine. I need to see that. Oh. Oh, good Lord. Oh, that's... If there's a country populated with people who look like that, it's your civic duty to take it over and bring them toilets. Sorry.
Send them more criminals?
I don't know. That looks pretty black to me.
Yeah.
I mean, it looks like a lot of things, but definitely it looks black.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, this guy kicked the shit out of Ace Ventura in the second movie. Let me guess. White Devil, White Devil? Yes.
That looks... See, black baby.
Oh, look. There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah, people are like, oh, they stole the country from them. It's like, yeah, but were they using it?
They're genetically distinct. Yeah, we're not going by genetics. We're going by physical appearance.
Yeah, I only judge people by color.
Yeah, JoJo, calm down. Physical appearance.
I love
is
how
all that
you guys are
matters.
getting into phrenology and like measuring dimples on the
They're not.
skull.
We know they're not African.
Yes. There's some kind of humanoid life form. That's what we know. However, many of night. Okay, so this woman slept with 300 guys.
Okay.
The people were commenting. Again, you go on, international media and you tell people I fuck 300 dudes a year, and then you go, can you believe people are giving their opinions?
Wow.
What a piece of shit. You'll be 40 in no time and lonely and sad and wondering why the tables have turned. And only then will you realize him, along with so many others, were just too good for whatever it is you think you are. One fired up follower raged. Kudos to the man with self-respect. I'm just looking to see if I wrote that one night and I didn't realize it because those echo my sentiments exactly.
I mean, clearly that man got with her before really even knowing. Can you say he had a lot of... He found out some details and went, no, that one's too much for me. I will not say he had self-respect.
Oh, Skeezy's got it. He goes, you speak Wachutu? That's what it is. Let me guess. White Devil, White Devil. Oh, very good. You speak Wachutu. All of those people were great, though, as extras in Black Panther. I will say. Oh, no, Triple N says, I'll get the protractor. No, we're trying to avoid that. We're trying to avoid that. You don't tell a guy that you're with multiple other guys. That's fucked up, another exclaimed. Well, you should. I would like to know personally.
No, you should tell a guy you're with multiple other... I mean...
I am letting it be known that if I'm fucking someone, I would like them to tell me
that they're fucking
that
someone
they're
else?
fucking a bunch of other people. Wouldn't it be funny if April comes home from hunting and she goes, oh, I didn't know. I say, sorry, I'm fucking a bunch of other people. And I'd be like, yeah, just the way you talk, I kind of figured. Oh, my God, the Republicans are a fucking mess.
Oh, they're
Republicans have now nominated Mike Johnson for House Speaker after Tom Emmer's withdrawal, so we're not getting a Minnesota speaker.
Okay.
Making their fourth attempt to fill the position. Can you guys just fucking pick a guy? I love how this is how you know America's pro wrestling. The Democrats could not be fucking themselves any harder than they are right now. And then it can't just be a big blowout landslide in 2024. The Republicans have to have something that makes them look completely incompetent and retarded so that it can be closer. So then the Republicans get rid of their Speaker of the House because they're like, fuck him, he gives money to Ukraine and all this shit. And then they can't figure out who they want. This is the whole thing. If you're going to overthrow someone, you got to have your guy ready
have
to
someone.
go.
Yeah, you should have someone in mind. Like, why did you do this? What was the end game? What were you thinking?
We're in the end game now. I'm thinking I should have maybe grabbed 3 beers tonight.
Mm.
Son of a bitch.
Was it your friend calling?
Why isn't that whore wife of mine home yet?
Yeah, where is she? It's been dark for a while. You can't hunt in the dark. That's poaching.
She's been eaten by a coyote. Uh-oh. Sorry. However, Knight appears to be unbothered by her haters and is seemingly enjoying the media attention her antics have attracted. Wow, so she's a press whore, too. Weird.
Yeah.
At least she's staying consistent.
Yeah.
Last Wednesday, one day after the Post published a story about Knight sleeping with 300 people in a year, she took to Instagram to share a sultry photo accompanied by the caption, "Prowling for 301." She couldn't figure out why that one had a lot less DMs after it. They're like, yeah, if we would have known we were 297, like, we wouldn't have. We were wondering why you had one of those pull real numbers things by your bed and then a thing that says now serving. I didn't know. Knight first spoke about betting 300 people in an interview on a radio show, telling the podcast that she even managed to bed 5 people in a single day during the frisky, fun-filled year. How many of people 2 through 5 knew they were 2 through 5?
Sloppy fifths is not.
How many of those people thought that you were super wet and turned on and it turned out to just be everyone else's jizz?
Okay, get out of my head because I was trying to figure out how to make a joke about it, not just literally say it.
That's just what it was.
It's literally like, yeah, oh, she's really into me. No, that's just 4 other guys before me.
That's just a lot of
Oh, my
splooge.
God. What the fuck?
Sorry, buddy. Apologize. Balls deep. Gifting a membership to Chris Sawyer. Thank you very much, buddy. Appreciate that. You guys are 280 away from tomorrow morning. Thank you to the morning show audience for making this a real just kind of hang out show kind of event today. We appreciate that. 280 away for tomorrow. Which unironically, or ironically, I should say, the same number we started at this morning. If you will. Green April says, I'm still hunting, but I found this black leather couch in the woods. Stop it. Yo, bitch, you can go up in this deer stand, but there's an audition first. I have a husband. That's okay. I'd turn so racist if that happened. Dude, I'd hate all of them. I really would. I'd call any black person I know and say, we can't hang out. I hate y'all. I really do. Like, you know that story about like someone who gets like robbed by a black person, like violently robbed, like an armed robbery, and they like turn racist?
I have seen, yes, I've witnessed that.
You're an Anthony Cumia fan too? Well, like, yeah, if that were a thing, I'd be like, oh, well, I'd be like that Liam Neeson interview. Where I'd be like, I walked around the streets with a Kosh just looking for some black bastard. It's just like, oh, Green April. Thank you very much. You bring so much joy to our lives. Last Wednesday, she said after she fucked the five guys in one day.
Uh-huh.
She says, I felt empowered afterwards. Sex makes me feel good. It's meant to make you feel good. Yeah, and like retarded, like people with Down syndrome touch their peener and go,
Have you seen her face, her eyes?
That's true.
She kind of has a touch of it.
That's true. I'm going to follow all of the woolly mammoths to see if we can get to the warm spots. Oh,
I have a warm spot. Do you want to put your wiener in it?
It's actually flaming hot.
Because it's infected with 17 different sexually transmitted diseases.
My vagina never quite cools down. I can't answer restricted
can't
caller.
restricted.
Nope, it's going to be Charlie. I can't do it.
Yo, you could have at least heard if it said Charlie. You got to play
that's
that
true.
game. You
I
got
do
to
have
play
that game.
Yeah.
So,
wait, hold on. The messier the sex, the better?
What happens is...
It's all messy when you're 5 guys deep. Oh, God.
What happens is my vagina is so hot from all the dicks. Swordsmiths actually put their hot flaming swords on there and then temper them on my vagina. Empowered or ran through, says Triple N. Look, when you're a dumb double-digit IQ slut, it's all the same. Knight sleeps with both men and women. Oh, wow, she's edgy. She's part lesbo. Look out. She met many of her sex partners on dating apps. However,
No
she
way.
did also mention her roster of regulars that she keeps on speed
Oh, that's
dial.
from the original article. I remember you reading those exact words.
Yeah, she says the messier the sex, the better.
Yeah, I remember that from the original article.
I mean, look, I don't need you pissing on me or anything, you weirdo. She also reveals that she has an OnlyFans account, which she says can net her up to $1,000 per day. So that's, let's see, $1,000 per day, up to $1,000 per day. So let's say $5,000 a week. So let's go $700 a day on average. That's $20,000 a month. That's $250,000 a year. That's a good living. That's all right. Green
I
April
gotta show
says.
my butthole for that because it's a lot of money.
Green April says me and Aaron had 5 guys yesterday. We did not the burgers, not the people. Absolutely not. How dare you, Green April? That's a goddamn lie. You filthy slut. CJ says at the risk of sounding like a simp for the 300 chick, she did say a large portion of the 300 is women. Well, then it doesn't count. Dude, being a lesbo, that's just basically cuddling.
I mean, you're not wrong.
I mean, if you're a lesbian, oh, I had sex. Yeah, but
Oh, we're sistering.
you didn't have sex. You ate each other's pussy. Eating pussy is like giving a back rub. Like, it's not that big of a deal. I don't even consider that cheating. If I eat a chick's pussy, it's like...
Hold on. No, wait a minute. No. What if the 5th person on that day was a woman, a lesbian?
Oh, and she
Went
was
down
eating
on her,
cream pies without
eating
knowing.
cream pie. She didn't know. Dude, that's not cool for a lesbian, right?
No, you don't take a bunch of loads in your twat and then hook up with a girl.
Eat this bitch.
Yeah, that's morally wrong. I don't like her for many reasons now.
God, we found a whole nother level to hate this bitch on.
Yeah. When it comes to hating women, I can find all kinds of levels. $2
I know, they make it easy, don't they?
They really do, dumb whores. Greasy N-word with $2 says, shake her hoe ass up and crank her arm. She's a damn whipped cream dispenser.
Oh, boy.
April says, why do you miss my messages? LOL. I have no messages from you. Last message I got from you was, something is moving in the grass by my stand and I'm terrified because I can't see it.
It's a squirrel. Calm down.
It's a Negro. Rupert with $4.99 says, do you want super gonorrhea? Because that's how you get super gonorrhea. I don't know.
I'll take the soup.
I was just going to say the same fucking thing. Oh, what shitty jokes. What shitty jokes. I know. I haven't looked. I know today's numbers are going to be lower because the girl isn't here, but we don't deserve that. We deserve all the numbers. We deserve all the listeners today. How do you not love this show more than any other? I ask you. There's a war between Israel and Palestine going on right now.
Really?
Yeah, I don't know if
You
you've
don't
heard about
say.
it. Yeah, and you're not allowed to say anything bad about Jews. Because if you do, you don't get to go to college or get a job. It's amazing to watch how many Republicans who are like pro-free speech and everything else seem to put that on pause when it comes to students protesting Israel.
Weird.
That's really weird. Now look, Hamas, pieces of shit. Palestinians, don't give a fuck. But like, you can shit on Hamas all you want to. Like, if you had anti-Hamas rallies at your college, you would. Are you serious, Kyle? Is that the number? All right. Well, that's only half the number. What's the other half? What's the other half saying? Oh, another 100. All right, 260. That's not bad. For overtime? Actually, 260 for overtime is pretty good. That means we were in the 300s most of the day. Okay, fucking cool. Kyle, when you do the count thing, you got to count both of them together. Otherwise, it doesn't count. It's not the real count. Chrissy took off with $2, says, why does she keep singing Down Under? Yeah. I was trying to think of the words to the song, and I just fucking blanked.
I don't.
Oh, boy.
Okay, know that.
But anyway, so you have the Israel, you have the Palestine thing. And then, by the way, did you see the Danny Polachuk, Adam Sandler parody song?
Oh, yeah. You played that. Yes.
Oh,
my God, that was good.
God, was that funny. He's lost his mind. They demonetized his YouTube channel. He's like, oh, yeah, fuck you. Watch this. But the one thing that always happens whenever there's a war and Muslims do like a terrorist attack, you know what group of people suffer unnecessarily? Sikhs.
Oh.
Because dipshits think that Sikhs are Muslims because they have they wear the turbans.
Yeah.
Muslims don't wear turbans. They wear the weird Tawli Yasser Arafat thing on their head. The turban that goes vertical, that's Sikhs. And I tell you what, if you're not a big fan of Muslims, you know who you're going to love? Sikhs. They hate Muslims. Sikhs started Sikhs started this classification of worshiper called the Saint Soldier, where in India, when the Muslims started taking over, they started either killing or converting Sikhs. So Sikhs decided they would all start wearing blades. And if Muslims ever came to hurt other Sikhs, all the Sikhs with the blades would come out, gang up on that Muslim, and defend each other with strength in numbers. They were called Saint Soldiers. They've actually carried that on since after the Muslim occupation, and they now do it as like a goodwill thing. Some of these guys are like hardcore Sikhs, and they carry the blade, and if they see an armed robbery or they see somebody fucking with someone, they get involved, and they pull their blade, and they defend that person. Like, Sikhs are hardcore, but they're like a peaceful... It's so weird, because they're like a peaceful religion, but they're like, if you fuck with an innocent... They're like a bunch of Hulk Hogans.
Okay.
You know, when it comes crashing down and it hurts inside.
Gotcha. Okay. Makes sense.
So,
glad you broke it down.
But apparently Sikhs are being fucked with now because of the Israel-Palestine thing. A 66-year-old Sikh man was beaten to death in New York City road rage attack. Family calls for hate crime charges because apparently the guy thought that the guy was Muslim. And you know what's funny, though, when the news reports this, is that they're kind of in a weird way saying, like, oh, if the guy would have been Muslim, it would have been fine that the guy beat him to death. But it was a Sikh, and it was a case of mistaken identity. Isn't that shitty? You're like, well, wait a minute. Isn't it bad that, like, somebody beat a guy to death over, like, a traffic accident? That's not good. They're like, yeah, but it's even worse because the guy wasn't even the thing that the guy wanted to kill him over. I'm like, don't think it matters to his family. You know, it's not like the family's going to be like, oh, he thought he was Muslim. And the family's like, oh, well, at least it was a
mistaken identity.
Yeah, at least it was a misunderstanding. We were going to feel bad. This was going to make us sad. But now that we know it was an oopsie daisy, well then, what am I going to be, an asshole? Annie G. German says, I met a strange lady. She made me nervous. She fucked me hard, said I was her 91st. Do you come in a woman down under, where 300 men have plundered?
Oh,
Can you feel the cunt thunder? Yeah, she's gonna squirt. You better take cover. Oh. Traveling in a fried out pussy. She'd had 4 other men and was full of cummy. I said to the girl, are you trying to tempt me? Because you've got a pussy full of plenty. And she said, I come with the men down under. When you smell my cunt, you'll probably chunder. Can't you smell the thunder? You better come, then you probably get medical attention. We're wrapping it up here, boys and girls. Kyle says my favorite song is Seek and Destroy. Oh, Matt Field says the world's only wet queef, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, coming soon. Yeah, when she runs out of OnlyFans, she'll be a Ripley's Believe It or Not exhibit. The wet queefer. I'm still squeezing out cum from 25. Not 2025. I mean 25.
Number
dudes.
25.
Yeah, exactly.
The 25th dude of this year.
You ever seen a girl squeeze out a cream pie? Ma'am, this isn't all ages exhibit. You've got to stop doing this. You keep making people think that you're part of the exhibits. You just come in here and start squeezing out cum onto our carpets. Do you know how much it costs to clean those? I mean, Jesus Christ, they give us the company rate, not the personal rate. We're calling Stanley Steamer in here all the time, and then you start fucking all the Stanley Steamer guys, so it kind of becomes a revolving door kind of a situation. Could you squeeze the cream pies out in the bathroom, please? Not on the carpet? Fuck. She's just sitting there. Last week, you tried to squoze out the cum so hard, you shit on our floor. And then you said, oh, I'm sorry, I have a loose anus from all the backdoor I've been giving up. You got to give the puss a rest.
She has a whole nother count for those guys.
Love that fried chicken from Popeyes.
Yes, when she goes in the ocean, you're right, Yasser Arafat ass. She becomes the Great Barrier Queef. Oh man, that was a. So we did Geno, we did the skank,
Yep.
and we did the Sikh guy. Clearly, everyone had their favorite because they keep going back to the skank. Let's do a couple of quick hitters here.
All right.
Family sues Panera Bread after college student who drank charged lemonade dies. Yeah, apparently this chick they have this charged lemonade at Panera, and it's like the most high caffeinated drink you can get. And she just drank a bunch of it. She had a heart condition and wasn't aware of the drink's caffeine content, which exceeded that of Red Bull and Monster energy drinks combined. And now her family is suing because she had a heart attack and she died. Now, like, to me, when you're like Panera and you're mass serving people, you don't have a responsibility to every asshole with a heart condition. Like, if Pfizer can kill people with heart conditions, why can't Panera and get away with it, you know?
Yeah.
By the way, YouTube, I'm not saying why Pfizer would kill everyone with heart conditions. It's not what I'm saying. But if you're Panera, like, I like the fact that there's not, I think there should be fewer laws that mandate what a restaurant has to tell people. I want a populace that has to do a little fucking research and find out what they're eating and what they're drinking. I mean, don't get me wrong. I like that there's like the calorie counts on McDonald's because I used to get like quarter pounder meals and double cheeseburger meals. Now I get like a cheeseburger and a medium fry. While still not the greatest thing for you, you can cut down that. You didn't realize you were putting 1,000 or 1,200 calorie counts. You know. Todd Brand says now more people are going to want the drink. For sure. People, now you're going to have retards on TikTok who are going to have challenges with this Panera drink. You know that.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, no. Yeah. Retards are on TikTok. I know that.
Some people go in there normal, they become retards. Yeah. You can never shake them loose.
I know that also.
An Ivy League student with a heart condition died after she drank Panera Bread's charged lemonade. I'm starting to think that maybe the standards to become an Ivy League student are slipping. If you're a super smarty pants Ivy League student and you go, caffeinated charged lemonade, heart condition, I'm buying.
Right.
I think maybe you should have been accepted to your safety school.
And they give a real vague thing here. It has more caffeine than cans of Red Bull and Monster energy drinks combined. How many cans? One can of each? Like, I don't...
The legal complaint, which was filed Monday morning in the Philadelphia Court of Common Pleas and was obtained by NBC News, calls the beverage a dangerous energy drink and argues that Panera failed to appropriately warn consumers about its ingredients. The suit was filed on behalf of the parents of Sarah Katz. Just never fails. Loss. I was like, boy, you're suing? Really? You're suing a big corporation because your daughter had a heart condition and drank an alcoholic or a caffeinated beverage and died of a heart attack? That seems like an oopsie, you know, no big deal. Yes, but her name is Sarah Katz? Oh, okay. I understand. In a statement Monday afternoon, well, she was cute. I'll be honest. If they're ugly, I miss them less.
Well, everyone does.
She was a cutie. That's too bad.
I mean, everyone who doesn't know them does.
I wish she was really fat. It's so easier to take her deaf. If she was that Australian chick who takes all the dicks, I'd be like, well, you know, God hates you, so what do you expect? In a statement Monday afternoon, a Panera spokesperson said, we were very saddened to learn this morning about the tragic passing of Sarah Katz. Dude, I'd be so sad. I'd be so miserable if I ran a company and a fucking Jewish lawyer's kid died in my restaurant. I'd be like, we're fucked. This is it. At Panera, we strongly believe in transparency around our ingredients. We will work quickly to thoroughly investigate this matter. She bought a charged lemonade from Panera. According to the suit, she went into cardiac arrest hours later, said her roommate and close friend, Victoria Rose Conroy.
Hours later, she got one drink.
I'll tell you this right now. I had 3 Celsius one time in a 24-hour period. I couldn't fucking stop. It was Friday.
Yeah.
So Thursday night, I had one after boxing because I had to do prep and I wanted to be a little amped up. went to bed, woke up, drank one while I was doing the show with Chrissy. And then at the end of the show, I cracked open another one. And I'm telling you, I went up and Chrissy and I were talking upstairs after the show. And I was telling her, I was like, I'm sorry, I can't focus on a fucking point. Like, I can't finish a sentence. I'm so goddamn jittery from these Celsius drinks. It's remarkable. So I get it. Like, I was driving to get the kids, and I'm like, my heart feels funny. Like, my whole body, it feels like my blood's vibrating.
There's a whole lot of other shit in Celsius, too, not just lemonade and caffeine.
Look, I'm just saying, like, those caffeinated beverages, they can fuck with you, for sure. Before we go tonight, everybody make sure you hit thumbs up on the way out. Always good for the visibility of our shit. Hit subscribe, hit follow if you're on Rumble, Kick, Facebook, Twitter, wherever the hell you are. Hit whatever like thing that they have. I appreciate it. So, yeah, I think Panera, unfortunately, if you don't have the caffeinated nowadays, if you don't have all the information to that available, like on the soda fountain or whatever, you're going to have to pay this girl's family
What company
something.
wouldn't think it's in their best interest to disclose the amount of caffeine per however many ounces?
Yeah. Doesn't take much to print it. And all you have to do is print it in small print on the actual dispenser thing. And then you can, and then when they sue you,
or
you
in
go,
fine print on the menu up there where you read that's the drink. It's got
Right.
the blah, blah, blah.
Yeah. So,
Perfect.
I mean, that's what I would have done
That's
too.
a cover. You know what? Fuck Panera. They deserve to pay out.
Yeah, they're going to have to pay on this one too.
That's on them. They were stupid.
All right, guys, that's going to do it for tonight. Thank you guys very much. MSO is saying tomorrow is my day. You guys got us 275 away from tomorrow. So MSO thinks he's going to knock it out tomorrow. We'll see. He's only got 3 chances left. He's got Wednesday morning, Wednesday night, and Thursday morning. Because Friday morning, of course, is Rumble Clip Friday. We always hit there. But no Long Dong Max, you're not still blocked. But one thing you need to do so you make sure I don't get involved and block you, because if you annoy me, I'll just bounce you. That's
Stop
just the way
typing in all fucking caps like a
Stop,
child.
Stop writing in all caps and writing the same thing 50 times in a row.
Yeah.
How's that? All right, MSO, would you agree that if we get through Wednesday and you don't get a W, that you've pretty much lost hope for this week? Think about that and then answer. All right, I'm going to answer this.
We got to hear who it is.
I'm going to see if it's not Charlie.
Call from
Quad Father.
Oh, we got to take this one, right?
Okay.
Okay, we'll go on a little bit
Press
longer,
1
guys.
to send a voicemail.
Derek, we were just about to sign off.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's fine.
No. We're going to stay on now.
me.
We're going to stay on now
Oh, okay.
for a little bit.
Yeah, so I missed that whole segment or whatever.
Yeah. Well, here was our basic premise was that, Geno's thoughts on people who are alcoholics and the selfishness of leaving the family, all fair points, all of that, so on and so forth. I don't disagree necessarily with any of that. But I would also say that
I don't either.
Yeah, your counterpoint
I agree.
Yeah, your counterpoint of, well, you didn't really have to then bring it up at all. I think you both raised fair points, and I think it got very heated. I think you're going to expect it to get very heated with Geno. And then, of course, your friend died, so you're going to be very heated. I really, and I like both of you, so it's going to sound like I'm Bob Levy fence sitting here. But I think you both had some points, and I just think that you two probably should have just stayed away from each other on this one.
Yeah, I don't disagree. So on Sunday, I threw him the link for the GoFundMe, and it was like, hey, our buddy died on the show, and he responded to me. He was like, how the hell did that happen, blah, 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 and I explained it. And I said the dude just, whatever, had a seizure after trying to quit drinking, which is positive, trying to quit drinking. But so anyway, I sent a lot of people the GoFundMe link. I sent it to you, so whatever. It was just I was putting it out there for people to go ahead and, if you want to say something about it, do. If not, fine. I was fine with that. But to go on the show Monday and be like, that Bobby P guy who died, killed himself with drinking, fuck him, fuck his family, fuck anyone that wants to raise money for him. And it was like, wow, that's a great take. So Monday, maybe I was willing to talk about it or whatever. But to open his show on Tuesday with 10 minutes ranting about what a piece of shit my friend was, whatever. We're like internet friends. We do a podcast together. I guess in real life, are we really friends? Maybe.
No. Yeah. Well, that's the thing.
We spend a lot of time together.
I learned
we're
that
all on the same show. It's not like
I learned that.
I go on other shows. Do I like?
Yeah.
So whatever. The long story short is all he had to do was just ignore it and move on.
I was saying
but instead of doing that, he shit all over pretty much. I feel like he shit on all of us.
Well,
and Bobby P, his memory, his family, and everybody. So
yeah,
I thought it was pretty fucking low down.
Yeah, I was saying on the show today that I think the lesson you learned is the lesson I learned.
Hello.
What? Can you hear me? Uh-oh.
Did you hit me down there?
Hello? Derek.
Hello? What happened?
We can hear Derek. He can't hear us. Hold on. Can you hear me this way? Uh-oh.
No, he's calling back.
No, he's not. He just hung up.
Oh.
What the fuck? Well, I just
what happened?
I'm going to try one more time.
You never even touched your phone. You.
Yeah, I know.
Well, that explains why you kept trying to talk.
Yeah, and he didn't hear me.
Yeah. Is it ringing?
The fuck is going on here?
Dingy, dingy, dingy.
Hello? It's not ringing at all. Well, I guess we probably got to head out for the night.
Fuck your phone then.
Try one more time. We'll call him one more time.
Oh, I heard it. Maybe.
Yeah. Hello?
Yeah, I was talking and I don't think you could hear it. You were saying hello, hello, hello. We could hear you just fine, but you couldn't hear me.
Yeah. I couldn't hear a thing.
So here's my thing is that we were watching the In Hot Water thing on the show, and I was watching it and going, I can kind of relate to what Derek's going through here, because when I got involved for a couple months with that retarded ass Dabbleverse retard shit, I started thinking, oh, these people who send me DMs and write nice things and this and that, they're my friends. And I think what you got to learn is on this internet thing, everyone's a phony. Nobody's your friend unless you meet them in person, you hang out, you talk to them, whatever. Otherwise, you're just content for people. And I think for this, because Geno had been on your show and because you had maybe DM'd with Geno a couple of times or whatever, you thought, oh, we're buddies. And he's not, even if he doesn't want to help with this thing, you probably didn't think he's going to shit on
Well,
it,
let's just get to this. Bobby P has been watching Geno's show for years. He was actually a fan. And necessarily, I would consider myself a fan of In Hot Water. So I wouldn't even put myself on that level till I just started doing a podcast recently, within the last year. So actually, I'm a nothing, I'm a nobody, and I'll admit to that 100%. And I don't really, that stuff doesn't even bother me. It's the fact that whatever, we've been watching Geno and been a huge fan club for him. Bobby P, the kid that died, also was a huge fan. And it's not much just to say, hey, dude's family could use a couple bucks, or ignore the story completely. I don't expect Geno to be like my best buddy in real life.
Yeah.
I'd never thought of it that way. It was like a common courtesy thing instead of just telling the group of us from BYB to go fuck ourselves. It would have been just cool to have been to not do anything. How about that?
I know. I
not even say a word about it.
I've hung out with Geno on many occasions, and I can say this. One thing you have to know about Geno is that he's never going to do the thing you want him to do. And when he does,
definitely not going to be the quiet thing.
And when I've had him on the show or when I've been hanging out with him in real life, there are many times where Geno says shit, and I go to Geno, I go, why? I go, why? And he'll laugh or whatever, and but I think with this one, he obviously, and I didn't know this, but he has very very passionate feelings about alcoholism apparently and all that stuff. And it just got really heated. And when I watched your guys' phone call, we were talking about it on the show, like a bad kick, it just started left and stayed left. Like you guys never got to a point where you could understand, like, hey, let's start from this point of understanding and then we'll disagree and then we'll come back to that point of understanding. You guys were just hot out of the gate. Your friend had just died. Geno apparently didn't like GoFundMes for people who have drinking problems and die from a result of it. And you guys, it just got really nasty and really ugly. And I don't think there's no real solution to this other than he goes his way and you go your way. Because I don't think there's any fix in that.
No, that's about correct as far as I'm concerned.
whatever. I mean, I'm a forgiving person, and whatever. I've said some stupid shit. And he expected me to apologize and or make up for it. And fair enough. That's what I did. I was like, yeah, you probably were more correct than I was. But you know what? Geno's not always right.
No, but Geno,
that's his saying is Geno was right, and we all know he said some way off base shit. Yeah, he might even be aware of it. He just won't admit it.
You guys,
maybe
both,
it's about one of those times, you know.
Yeah, we were watching it here, and we both were like, they both went over the top. Like you guys both just start when he started hurting you. You went to then try to hurt him, and then he would go back over the top to hurt you. It got nasty.
I pulled out the Ehrenberg and the alcoholic and shit. Yeah, I threw that stuff in his face. I went for it a little bit. But
yeah, it definitely it started from it started from an unproductive place and it stayed. Yeah, it started from an unproductive place and it stayed unproductive.
I don't even know if he was aware of what he said on Monday, but it kind of ticked me off. And then, but yeah, because I said, "Oh, class act" after the show, you know. So he saw that in my text and whatever. He just thought I was wrong. Whatever, like you said,
it was very weird.
I guess we both.
It was very weird because the points he was making, I was like, those are all fair points. You should have life insurance as an adult. One of the first things you should do is have life insurance. If you're drinking, you should stop drinking. If it's a problem, so on and so forth. All of those things are absolutely true. But I think you raised a good point when you said he's fucking dead. Like, what does it matter now? Then none of that shit's really gonna help now. We are where we are.
Andy died trying to quit. So
yeah,
that's what killed him was he had a seizure from trying to quit. He had quit for a couple days and had a seizure, and that's what ended up killing him. So
if you're
trying to get better,
if you're that bad into alcohol though, that if you try to quit, it kills you. That's where you're at the point where you need a professional to kind of wean you off of it because that's bad. I mean, if you quit and it kills you, that means that your body was so full of poison that without the poison it couldn't function, and that's a rough spot
and
to be.
I definitely would say that to anyone: get professional help for detoxing, because alcohol and barbiturates are the only two things that can kill you from trying to quit them. So yeah, definitely.
It's too bad. Like I watched the clip, and you both nobody was. The weird thing is, it was a problem of tact and politeness. I didn't think anybody was wrong. I didn't think anybody was factually inaccurate. I thought it was a problem of tact and politeness and timing and things like that. And I like you. I like Geno. I thought it's too bad that had to happen. And we put the GoFundMe link up a bunch of times. And I get it's a weird thing where, again, I hate to Bob Levy this thing. All respect to Bob, but I like you both. It's unfortunate that it had to happen. I don't think you're wrong. I don't think Geno technically is wrong. Again, I think where anyone could say you went wrong, quote unquote, is you got very personal after he had gone off about your friend. And I would say where Geno went wrong is, and I've had these conversations with Geno before, and I'd tell him if he called in tonight, I'd say, buddy, maybe you could have let that one go. Like maybe you could have just not liked the GoFundMe. Maybe you could have said this to Derek privately, not put it on the show. Because first of all, and this isn't a slight to your show, I'm talking about to a broad swath of people, not that many people know who Geno's talking about unless he spells it out and explains it to them. So you're kind of ranting about this guy. Nobody knows who you're talking about. And then now Derek's upset. Now you got this big fight and this whole thing. And as much as it may make great content, both of you guys can make great content without that. So that just was kind of an unnecessary fight that happened from, just some unfortunate words being thrown about.
Yeah, agreed.
Well, man, good luck with...
I appreciate you putting the GoFundMe out there. That's awesome, man.
And Yule Gibbons just put it up in the chat as well again there. So there it is. If you feel like chipping in, please do. And bad luck. I got fucking Mersh. I got bad luck boys. I got backyard boys. I got too many bad backs. And backyard boys. Right. When is the backyard boys on regularly? What's the schedule?
Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 8:00 Eastern.
All right. Listen to them every Friday. No, I'm kidding. Monday, Wednesday, Friday.
Well, you're always on, so that's not fair.
That's true. Yeah, I can't monopolize all the time. Derek, thank you very much, and I hope down the road you and Geno can get that all cleared up, and good luck with the GoFundMe and all that. And sorry about your friend.
Awesome. Yeah, thanks, buddy. Have a good one.
Later. Yeah, that's too bad. That sucks a real bag of dicks.
Yeah.
Right there. But you know what? I'll have to learn that someday when Matt dies. So
What?
Oh no, different Matt.
Oh.
You'll give
Speaking of me dying from alcohol, how about that beer? You promised me a case of beer.
Oh yeah, I got to send you home with a couple cases.
Oh,
I got to get
okay.
rid of a couple. Yeah,
That's fine. That's
Yeah.
all good.
All right, guys, I got to get the hell out of here. Thank you very much for Matt. Thank you for coming out.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
To the rest of you, thank you very much, and we will.